Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Scratching Post. We scratch that gaming itch, and tonight you are brought as a spectacle as once again I am assembled with Shadow Squadron. Sans Dork this time, but we have Divot replacing him for today's session, as we're going to be playing some fantastic, one of my favorite games of all time, the Apollo Justice. Well, they say series, but Apollo Justice specifically.
Yes.
And you can all speak now. You're all live.
Huzzah!
We don't want to ruin the intro.
Well, that was the intro. The intro is now being done. It's
What
so.
if I told you Ebag was hoping for us to ruin the intro?
I mean, that's probably not gonna lie. It's probably what I was hoping for. But hello
We can
everyone.
do that for later episodes.
Yeah, we can do that
Hello
for
there.
episodes. Yes, hello everyone. So we are going to be playing through a Apollo Justice Eternity. Now, I will be in control of things. I'm playing this on my 3DS, and we'll be all kind of doing hijinks and voices for characters as we play through. There is a kind of a cast list for this, but if you're looking for kind of serious voice acting chops, you came to the wrong place.
You've come to the incorrect
You'll
location.
come to the incorrect location. Please take a U-turn and proceed to your destination.
I mean, if you were watching the Squadron for like A+ plays, I
Big
mean,
plays, yeah.
why are you here?
Yeah.
This is what is called in the professional area as bad neighborhood.
You came to the wrong hood.
We come here to have fun, not to play meta, as it.
Yeah, as the saying goes. So, what am I playing? This is the HD version of Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. And some people say, well, why are you doing Apollo Justice? And it's like, because everyone's doing the trilogy. And everyone's doing the trilogy, and I think that's great. It's great. I love that the series is getting such exposure. I think it's a bit of an underrated series, so it's nice to kind of see it getting
Oh yeah.
the love.
My mouse is currently hovering over the add to cart button.
But it's also a case that unfortunately we've not gotten the games 4, 5, and 6 released, and yet we're getting the Great Ace Attorney, which I'm not complaining. We're getting the Great Ace Attorney, but still, Capcom, maybe we could just get, I don't know, just some Apollo Justice love and Spirit of Justice and Dual Destinies. But we decided let's do Apollo Justice. I think it's one of the. It's actually, I'd say, wouldn't you, Divot? You're someone who knows these games.
Hello.
Would you say this is perhaps the one that is the most Marmite in the series?
I enjoyed it. I've enjoyed every Ace Attorney game I've played.
Yes.
I can see why people would dislike it because it's the first game where it's not Phoenix Wright, and that will put a lot of people off because of the attachment you've had. Also, it was, if I'm correct here, the first game not made by the original trilogy's director.
Yes, that's
So
correct.
And 1, 2, and 3 are a package. That is a whole story connected there, and it feels like a package. There's nothing wrong with this game. I like it. I like what they did with it. I'm trying to not be too specific.
Yes.
Apart from me, no one knows what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. So, I think, are we all 5 of us ready to kind of dive into it?
Well, I
I'm
think
ready.
what might be a good idea, Ebak, considering it's our first outing, maybe you should introduce us all.
That's probably, yeah, given that's the first episode in doing this series, that's a fantastic idea. So my name is Ebak. I'm the person who runs this channel, also known as the Scratching Post, which is where I hang out and do my things. I am joined by someone who I think a year ago said that she would never be on stream, but here she is, Shadow Phoenix Rider.
Hello, that's me. I don't do the streams yet, although I'm slowly sort of inching my way towards.
She doesn't stream
Soon.
yet. And speaking of, we go up to my man in the north, and that is the lovely Lemming.
Hello, everybody. Don't let me near cliffs.
Lemming Russ, you can find him, of course, at Lemming Russ. And also, you guys in the chat, just shove your links to your pages in there. And also, Burr, bringing
Wow, okay.
going full meme there for a second with us.
Well, Divot's created this meme for me ages ago, and
I love it.
I need to use it.
I love it. I don't know why it makes me chuckle, but it always does. It's like, yeah, I love it. And of course, speaking of Divot himself, who is
Hello.
who when I said I was doing this was basically, yes, I'm in. I want to be the judge.
Yes. I have one other character I want to do in 5, but now I know you've played 5. I'll poke you about who I want to be in 5 as well.
Yeah.
As well as
Okay.
the judge.
All right. You can poke me. You can poke me. Is it Simon by any chance?
No, I don't want to be the judge and the prosecutor.
Good point. Okay. Right. Fair enough. So we're going to be playing Apollo Justice Telly, which I highly recommend you pick up this game on 3DS. You can also get it on the original DS as well for the original version, and the high definition version is on 3DS and I believe iPad as well, iOS.
It is, yes.
So yeah, go pick it up. Great
In
game.
fact, I think 6, 5, and 6 are on iOS as well.
Well, there you go. You can pick up the sequel series on iOS. I don't know where Apple suddenly dropped into this, but apparently they did. Right, let's start a new game. I did start a game just to kind of test it out, but here we go. We're going to start with Turnabout Trump. Oh no, Mr. Trump!
Oh no! What did you do?
Finally got caught, I suppose.
Here
We
go.
wish.
We wish. Ooh.
Ooh.
Is that meant to be music?
There's
I
kind
have
of
some
sound
I
effects.
have some of the best paintings.
There's music.
I love this set.
I want to learn how to do paintings like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, God, I wish I had some artistic ability.
Shut on time. I'm going to do these little mysterious voices because we don't know who they are yet.
Yeah, you be the narrator, man.
Yeah, narrator man. You lose.
Everything.
Ah!
No.
Yes!
Blood.
Oh, you made a mess. Banana phone.
I seem to be in a bit of trouble. Something like that. Dead. Someone hit him hard. Me? Please. The cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands. Should it come to that? Oh. It looks so shiny!
Very
Ape.
shiny.
April 20th, 9:37 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 3. Okay, so I'll be playing Apollo for this. So yes, I'll be taking on the role of the main character. That was the decision basically because there's a character I want to play later on. I don't want to be voicing myself over and over, but we'll get to that. Panicked, palm sweaty. Back in a minute. I'm nervous. Good morning. Good morning, sir. You look tense, Justice. Wound up tight?
Welcome to Ebak Talks to himself.
Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, Christoph was also. To me, it's just Don't worry, I'm not doing the other gap.
You're fine.
Wound up, sir? No. I'm fine. That screeching noise, is that your voice? I suppose it's to be expected. Your first trial, and it's a homicide, I guess. Justice doesn't smart small, eh? I'm fine. Fine. I got up at 5 a.m. to do my Courts of Steel voice workout. I'm fine.
It's not in fact fine.
That explains it. I did detect a certain rasping quality to your screech. I overdid it again. As you know, your client today is a good friend of mine. I wouldn't want to let him down, if you get my drift. Drift gone, sir! I'm all over that drift! As it happens, I dined with him the night of the murder. We can't let this case fall through. Yes, I'm fine, sir. One more thing. Don't say you're fine quite so much. People might take the wrong way. I'll be preparing our case. You might want to introduce yourself to the client. My name is Apollo Justice. If it isn't clear already, I'm a new attorney, and today is my first trial. Not that I'm worried or anything. The defendant has been accused of murder.
Moider.
Murder most foul. My boss.
Oh, I was going to say that.
My-
Stop get bogged down with who killed who.
My boss wants to help him out, of course, and so do I. I mean, there's no way he did it. Not him, no way. Woo! A good, morning. All right, Lemming, this is you.
Morning. It's all up to you today.
First trial nervous, meeting him, cardiac arrest. I think I was supposed to say something. Help?
So you're...
Fine, I'm fine.
Ah, Mr. Fine, is it?
Uh,
I did remember you having an odd name.
well, we're off to a great start. Are you sure you're okay? I mean, with me. Mr. Gavin is a top-notch defense attorney. And he's your friend, so why...
You'll see.
You
You can do it. Be confident.
I'm really sorry this happened to you. I mean, I...
It's time, shall we?
Yes, sir.
I know who this is.
Okay, I need to focus. First trial. Here comes justice. April 20th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2.
Oh God, here we go.
A court is now in session.
Perfect.
Yes.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
That is-
Really similar to how I do pain.
Yeah, and that's also Winston. That is quite a look you're rocking there.
I have no idea what happened with the razor, but it just happened this way.
Just wait till 6.
The defense is fine. I mean, ready, Your Honor. Mind going blank. Don't panic. Too late.
Your name was Mr. Justice, and this is your first trial.
Yes, Your Honor, but I'm fine, really.
Are you quite sure? Your voice sounds a bit strained. Mr. Gavin,
Yes, Your Honor.
I was of the impression that you would be heading up this case.
That was my intention, yes. However, a defense attorney must always secede to his client's wishes, and my client specifically requested Mr. Justice.
Well, of course he wants to justice. But to entrust his case to this greenhorn, why? I do not exaggerate when I say that you're the best defense attorney in town, Mr. Gavin. Hello?
Sorry, I'm just checking something.
Okay, that's it.
Alright, just gonna modify my volume just a teeny bit because I think it's a bit loud. Okay, so Gavin's got trial experience, fine, but does he have courage of steel?
And let's begin. The defendant may enter the courtroom.
Stop.
Shakehead, this is truly an unfortunate turn of events. I'm sorry we had to meet again under these circumstances. Long time no see, Mr. Wright.
Let's put the past behind us, shall we? These days, I'm merely Phoenix Wright, piano player.
Mr.
Ace
Wright.
pianist.
Ace pianist. Mr. Wright. How could this have happened?
I won't speak of it further then. If the prosecution would be so kind as to explain the charges, Mr. Payne.
I think I saw you enter this room a fresh attorney, and now I'll see you leave in chains.
Oh, Winston Payne. Subtle as ever, I see.
My haircut certainly is.
The crime occurred at the Borscht Bowl Club, a Russian restaurant.
Correction, borscht, just for future reference.
Borscht.
That's fine. I didn't expect you to know. You know, it's Russian words. So that's fine.
The defendant, Phoenix Wright, took the victim, a customer, and he hit him! Wham!
On the head! Smack! Killed him cold! I would say killed him dead, but whatever.
A customer at the restaurant, you say? And the defendant, you say, he was...
Sorry, that surprised face.
Ooh,
The pianist for the club, it seems.
Phoenix Wright, a pianist?
This is the weapon that took the victim's life.
A bottle of grape juice. It's probably wine, but we had to make it grape juice so we could actually get past the censors. Grape juice apparently our defendant's drink of choice. Fucking lightweight.
The court accepts the deadly bottle as evidence.
deadly bottle added to the court record. Something to note, Justice. All evidence is filed in the court record. Make a practice of checking it frequently. The court record! Right! I've heard of that! Use the court record button to look at the evidence so far. I'm confident in your ability to handle this. Right! The court record button. Sounds like it's time for some hands-on action.
So, the victim was a customer of this restaurant. And just who was this, Shady Smith fellow?
I believe he was a traveller, Your Honour.
A traveller?
According to his passport, he had been out of the country for a number of years. He had only returned to this country recently, though his place of residence is unclear.
And he had some sort of connection with the defendant?
That, too, is unclear at present, Your Honour. We believe that he first met at the... I'm
Borscht.
not gonna be...
That's fine.
Borscht.
Borscht.
Borscht Bowl Club on the night of the crime.
If they had only just met, then why murder? Perhaps the victim slighted the defendant's piano playing?
That doesn't appear to have been the case. No, the motive had nothing to do with the defendant's lack of playing skill. At
That
least
smile.
not piano playing. I'll let this photo explain what I mean. As we can see, he had a good night. A game of poker was in progress at the time at the scene of the crime. What? I don't know what I'm reading.
Wait,
That's
for
all right.
a second! Isn't poker gambling? That's a crime in and of itself.
Indeed, it appears our defendant has fallen to become the basest sort of criminal.
It is true that the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim, yet it was only that, a game, the purest sense, a competition, Your Honour.
A competition?
Yes, a test of wits, a silent clash of passions. Only the cards, their backs wreathed in blue flame, know its final outcome.
Wreathed.
Sorry, my voice is wreathed.
Come again?
It's alright.
The cards on the table have blue backs, Your Honour. No, I believe the defendant was waxing poetic in an attempt to mystify those present. And impress women.
And men as well.
That will be our first order of business.
And children.
Impressing women. To find
Oh,
out more about
Judge.
this little game of cards.
I'm already impressed.
Very well. Defendant, you will testify to the court about the poker competition held on the night of the crime.
My pleasure.
This is it, my first trial. Here goes nothing.
Witness testimony.
If you want to do that stuff, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, the game show host voice is perfect. Witness testimony.
The competition. Okay, so we'll go line by line, and as you should do. So let's do it.
I'm a pianist by trade, yet I can hardly play at all. My real job is to take on interested customers over at the poker table. The room where we play and the competition in there are the club's main attractions. The rules are simple. We play a game of poker using 2 decks of cards. That's all it is. A game. And our customers are happy.
Press X to doubt.
A pianist who can't play piano?
Better than a defense attorney that you can't defend.
Ooh.
Very well. The defense may begin the cross-examination.
Right, Your Honor. My first cross-examination. Don't blow it. Are you all right? You're sweating bullets. Bullets? Where? It's a figure of speech, Justice. Your voice sounds strained and raspy, too. My brain feels strained and raspy, sir. You've watched me perform cross-examinations many times. Though you've never done one yourself, have you? Care for a refresher? What do I do? Do I ask Mr. Gavin for a refresher on cross-examination? I think I'm good. No need for your help, sir. I think I've got this one covered. I think you better do more than think. You know it or you do not. I'm fine. The cords of steel are ready for battle. My weapons, press, present. Find any inconsistencies, any lies in the testimony, and reveal them to the court. That's just cross-examination. Learn it, know it, do it. Inconsistencies, lies, Phoenix Wright. As if Phoenix Wright would never lie. It's up to me to prove it.
The defense may begin the cross-examination.
He won't
Okay.
lie, but he might be economical with the truth.
Ah,
Cross-examination!
the competition. Okay, no need for you to read this out, Lemming. And I think that's going to be a rule we hang out for all future cross-examinations. No kind of repeating the lines. When you press and do stuff, and we see new stuff, that's fine. All right, guys. Did any of you notice anything weird in the testimony?
Well, I'm just like, just the poker game in general. Just like, there's something weird about playing a poker game just for shits and giggles.
I didn't mean to actually press that, but fair enough. You can hardly play?
Oh, I play sometimes when the customers demand it. So I play them one song. That's usually all they want.
Was that supposed to be a boast just now?
The title of pianist is a mask, a respectable face I wear for the world at large.
And why are you really at the basketball club?
Alright, so... Yeah, I think you're right, Shadow. The poker game itself. This will be, just for everyone who's watching, I've played this before, although it was a long time ago. I'm not going to lie. And... So yeah, I might not necessarily know things, but I'll also be getting opinions from my co-voice actors here. Any thoughts?
As the judge, I must remain impartial.
Of course, Your Honor. Of course. Yes, of course.
It's quite the honour that you at least call me a voice actor.
Well, in the purpose of this game, that's what you are. So,
Well, as the defendant, I should probably keep my mouth shut unless I need to answer.
I don't give a shit.
all
You've
right.
already heard me ad-libbing, so
Fair enough. Let's continue with the cross-examination then. Oh wait, no.
Yeah,
I'll go back. So what was that, Shadow?
I would probably press on the real job because that doesn't make much sense to me.
Fair enough. They pay you just to play poker?
That would seem to be the case. I am a professional, after all.
Bah! Do I detect pride in that statement? It's just hard for an honest, hard-working member of society like me to imagine.
Yes. Your imagination was always a bit limited, Winston.
What?
Burn for burn.
I've played poker for 7 years in that little room. And I've never lost once.
What?
You see why the customers come now. Defeat the undefeated poker champion. It's quite a draw.
How did I get my hands on this video? This game drifting? I have a thing called the eShop on my DS, which I purchased it from. But yeah, that the HD version is available on the 3DS version of the game, which you can get on your 3DS. So yeah.
Yeah. Also,
Goodbye.
hi drifting.
Oh yeah, hi drifting. Shout out to drifting, who's now keeping us all in line now that she's in our Discord.
When we're not hiding in the channel she can't get into.
Okay, continue, Lemming.
Yeah, it's quite a draw. That is, I'm quite a draw.
Ooh.
Wait, you've never lost once? Not even one time?
As I said, I'm a professional.
He's played poker for 7 years and not lost once. Is that even possible?
Nope.
Can we see the photo of the crime scene, please?
Of course, yes. The sub-basement at the Borscht Bowl Club. Touch the check button for details. Here's the full photograph.
Oh,
The
damn it, it's
judge
not.
forced me stepping out for a moment.
Yeah, he's clearly down to that great juice.
Yeah, of course, Your Honor.
Yeah, damn it, I thought it would get closer so we could see what the cards were.
Well, I would zoom in. I would kind of zoom in and like move about the
Yeah.
picture, but unfortunately, it's a photograph. Doesn't kind of work like that. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
This is not CSI.
Wait a minute. Go back.
Yeah. Go back.
There's coins on the. There's chips on the table.
Yeah, there is.
So clearly they were playing for like something.
Yeah.
If not monetary value, then what?
Good point. What's your point
I
there?
mean,
though?
I'd say a professional
Yeah.
game, a competitive game of poker, is more about who ends up with all the chips, being the
Yeah.
winner.
I thought I had it then. I was just like, wait a minute, they're chips, not coins. Damn.
Hey, but
Yeah,
no,
that's a good thought.
it's a good thought. Very valid thought. What else we got? We got the deadly bottle weapon, and of course my attorney's badge, and the autopsy report, of course.
Single blow to the forehead.
Oh yeah, I'll get that one.
Time of death was around 2 a.m.
Ooh. Cerebral
Blunt
hemorrhage.
trauma to the forehead.
And we start with the names again.
Yep, Shady Smith.
Does he say what time the game was played?
Ooh, I don't think he does specify that. But it would.
I
But
don't-
we know he died during the game, so.
Hmm.
Uh-huh.
Is Your Honor returned?
Here, here.
Okay. All right. Let's press some more statements. The room in the crime scene photo is an attraction.
It has quite a history, actually. The Borscht Ball Club used to be a gathering spot for black market types back in the day.
Black market.
All in the past. Things like the black market are only on the silver screen nowadays. Suffice it to say that there were a lot of deals being made under the table. Right there in that room.
A smoky room, gambling hoods. You know, just looking at this picture makes me feel bad.
The bosses gather around the table, cutting deals safe from the eyes of the law. Meanwhile, a goon keeps watch through a small window. I can practically picture it now.
That window does look like it would be good for keeping a lookout, but little else.
The room had a few other tricks to it. Though it was common knowledge to our regulars. At any rate, they come to play poker in a room steeped in history. Despite the dark past, it was all just good, clean fun.
Drifting saying, Judge, how bad can I be? Wait, what's your thinking, Drifting? Drifting? Shadow.
Can I look at the photo again, please?
Of course you may. What am I doing? There you go.
Where's the second deck?
That's exactly what I was
I
thinking.
mean, one deck is on the floor and the other's on the table, I guess. Because there's a deck in the middle of the table, and there's a lot of cards on the floor. So I'm guessing that the two decks accounted for.
Press him on this. Please.
I mean, I'm often going to press on most statements just because
Yeah.
hilarity ensues.
Yep, pretty much.
2 decks of cards.
A simple measure to prevent cheating. If you alternate 2 decks, no one can slip in cards.
There's something else I noticed. In addition to the cards on the table, there are some lying scattered on the floor.
Precisely. Cards on the table, cards upon the floor, each one forming a complete deck. A crime scene painted in blue by a sad sweep of cards. It's poetic, really.
Incidentally, we use 2 types of cards at the club. One deck of cards was red, the other blue.
As I recall, in poker you make 5-card hands. I can see how it would be easy to cheat.
Yes, a game of hands.
Huh?
This competition you're talking about. I believe the court understands the nature of the game sufficiently.
That's right. It was a simple game after all.
Are you sure?
Huh.
People are not murdered over simple games, Mr. Justice. Defendant, you were in the room the very moment that the crime occurred. Yet you claim no connection to the crime.
Now that's strange.
What's strange?
I was testifying about the competition that night. Asking me about the crime at this point is against the rules, Your Honor. Of course, I expected to hear a cry of objection from the defense.
I completely let that one slip by. Don't despair yet, Justice. Sir? Right, there's something I'd like to make clear. Namely, your connection to the case at hand, and I'd like to hear it from you.
Sure, why not?
Very well. The defendant will now amend his testimony.
Just one little press, and I've got myself a whole new testimony. Since we've not seen this one, please read it.
I plead silence regarding the murder, but I will say I never touched the murder weapon.
Isn't grape juice his favorite drink? Oh, also he's touched it.
Yep, there we go. Shall we press it? Shall we press him just for fun?
Oh, yes, of course.
I mean, it sounds like a good idea.
Silence?
The defendant has the right to refuse to testify. I haven't forgotten everything about the law.
But why? That clearly puts you at a disadvantage.
And it's your job to turn that around in our favor, yes?
Oh, great. Like I didn't have enough to do already. Justice, didn't you detect anything odd about that testimony? Huh?
Most of it.
Sorry?
Only most of it.
Huh? Wait. Something you said did ring a little strangely. Just one thing. Now, what was it? When you figure it out, it's just presenting evidence. Evidence that contradicts the testimony. A contradiction in Mr. Wright's testimony, but why? I better check the court record. I can't imagine Mr. Wright lying in a testimony. Isn't it a little early to be jumping to conclusions? This is your first cross-examination. Take it slow. If you need more information, don't forget to press. Right, got it. I'm fine. Time to listen to that testimony again. Right. So we've exhausted all the options. And so it's time to us to finally push.
Yeah, I don't think he's got anything in his hands, is he?
No.
Has he? The guy who's the dead guy.
Yeah, Shady
Oh,
Smith.
we can't see his
You
hands.
can't really see, no. So you say you didn't touch the murder weapon? This grape juice bottle? Right?
So I said,
Something the matter, Mr. Justice?
that's pain.
Jesus Christ, the hair flick.
Too bad our new defense attorney never learned how to play dumb.
What's this, Mr. Payne?
I examined the bottle in question, you see. And it was covered with a defendant's fingerprints.
Objection!
Just shout, Mr. Justice. I can hear you just fine.
Excess yelling can damage the judge's ears and our case.
Rip.
But what about my cords of steel? Anyway, what's so strange about fingerprints on a bottle in a restaurant?
Oh, that's true. The prints alone don't prove it.
Objection! Oh, they wouldn't prove a thing if they were normal fingerprints.
Huh?
But the fingerprints on the murder weapon were upside down.
Wait, is this a reference to...
Upside down? What does that mean?
It means he was holding the bottle inverted, and there can only be one reason for that. Yes. To
You're so
bring
glamorous.
someone with the bottle.
Because you're worth it.
I hate this.
Mr. Gavin, I think things just took a turn for the worse. Oh, I see no problem, Justice. The only thing that matters is the truth. There's a good reasons for everything, you'll see.
Defendant, can you explain your fingerprints on this bottle to the court?
So in case anyone wonders, I kind of like to play Apollo, that everything's just falling apart around him. Because
Oh no! What do I
Works in these
do?
games, really.
pretty much, because it's like how you really should play because whenever I see was like, he just strikes me as a very nervous guy by disposition.
Luckily, he has Cause of Steel to get him through.
Yeah. Anyway,
I feel for the dude.
I stand by my plea of silence regarding the murder. For now,
You're not very cooperative, are you? This could hurt your case.
I'm sure he's uncooperative because he's hiding something. There must be a reason.
Your Honor, it seems to have forgotten something. You seem to have forgotten something.
And what might that be, Mr. Gavin?
On the night of the crime, who was it reported the murder to the police?
Reported?
Oh, well, that was the defendant, Mr. Wright, but still that...
Really?
Yes, well, according to the case file, the murder was reported from near the scene by a call from the defendant's cell phone.
Near the scene?
Let's take a look at the diagram of the murder scene, shall we?
Oh, fun diagrams.
The victim was murdered in a small room in the basement, 2 floors down from ground level. Of course, cell phones can't get reception so far down.
Ah, they must be on Virgin.
Oh.
The defendant used the stairs in this hallway to go above ground. The call came from the first floor of the restaurant.
I see. And this phone that made the call?
It's Nokia.
Right cell phone added to the court record.
Don't drop it, it'll break the ground.
The defendant could have just fled the scene of crime if he so chose. Yet he fulfilled his duty as a citizen and reported it to the authorities. And you claim he's being uncooperative.
Ugh.
Nice save, Mr. Gavin. I better not waste this. I think the prosecution has toyed with our client enough for the time being.
So I assure you no one is more serious about...
What was it you said? The defendant was in the room at the very moment that the crime occurred. How could you possibly know that?
That is a good question. How indeed?
The answer is simple, Your Honor. The prosecution has a decisive witness.
You're as good as they say you are.
So someone else was in that room the night of the crime? That must mean they witnessed the crime. Everything up to now has just been a warm-up, Justice. Oh.
Ah!
Oh, God.
Oh no.
If!
Hello? What? What?
ah,
What happened? Hello? What's going on?
Are we alive?
It seems to have frozen.
No!
No!
No.
No!
No!
objection! Yeah, it's blinking at me.
It's blinking at me as well.
Shall I perform CPR?
Okay, give me a second.
That's okay.
Control delete. So how's everybody doing?
How is everyone
I'm
doing?
While we just resurrect this.
Ah!
Ah, there it is.
Yes,
I mean-
yes, it's back.
Yay.
Okay. Are you ready?
Very well. The prosecution may call its first witness to the stand.
Yay, we're talking.
Yay!
Welcome to this entire game.
Oh! Can I adopt? Please let me voice her.
I think we've already cast her as Burr, because Burr's not got a voice
Okay,
yet.
fair enough. Oh, fair enough.
That's
Yeah.
true.
We're not going to do this whole thing, Shadow, where the female in the group voices the female roles. That's not what we are here, you know.
Okay, fair enough.
But if anywhere you do see a character you want to voice, raise that to me, and I will consider that as an option.
Yeah, I completely forgot we had a cast list. Sorry.
I mean, yeah, I tend to.
No, don't worry.
Yeah. All right.
The witness will state her name and profession.
Hold on just a moment. Where's the witness?
She's busy being adorable.
No, I surmise she has been frightened by the defences doing too much.
Looking odd. Wow. Wow, I am
So-
an asshole. Jesus Christ.
So I used a little hair gel. Relax, people.
Have no fear. If any horns point in your direction, this call will cut them off.
You are sure?
I swear it on my gavel. Please, come out.
Isn't violence against hair a crime, Your Honor?
Well, if you are sure, it is okay.
Oh, you are adorable.
Now, the prosecution. Wait a minute. Would the prosecution care to explain the witness's, paraphernalia?
Yes.
She is a professional, Your Honor. Those are merely the tools of her trade.
And that would be...
Yes, Olga Orly. I'm employed as waitress in the Borschtball Club restaurant.
Then why the camera?
Of course, it's my predecessor Borscht that is naming the restaurant. But I also perform, how's he said, other service.
I take it one of these services is taking the customer's pictures.
Like, for example, this one.
That's the defendant!
Indeed, on the night of the murder.
As Drifting says, oh, really?
Yeah,
Not really. No way!
And I come with my sister Yulia Yarly. Man,
No way!
man in white hat is one who is gone kaput.
Indeed, that is the victim. Order! Order! This is quite a piece of evidence to casually drop into our laps.
How could you take the bowl of borscht from me? It's very heavy. It's the same way as a drop cold bowls of borscht on laps of customers casually.
Your Honor?
Then the court will casually accept this new evidence. Sorry,
Oh, that's fine.
stupid thing coming up at the exact same time I'm trying to do this.
Yes, Olga's photo
Oh, dear.
added to the court record.
Would have waited till tomorrow.
Now, witness, where were you at the time of the murder?
No, I was in the room. Yeah, hideout, we call it.
Excuse me, the hideout?
It is room where famous gangster bad guy was arrested.
Oh my god.
Are you kidding me?
It's rumor murder took place. You
I-
look of at your surprise, it is lovely. I will post your courtroom door later. I will post my courtroom door later for you. Then our photos will be numbered and you'll write which ones you want copy.
So there were 3 people in the room at the time of the crime. The victim, Shady Smith, Mr. Wright, and Olga Early, our witness. And if Mr. Wright isn't the killer, that means...
Very well, witness. You testify to the court about that night's events.
He was an Instagrammer before Instagram was even a thing.
Just like saying, Mr. B. Ad Guy.
Indeed.
That fateful night.
Witness testimony. Sorry.
No.
That night, customer asked me to deal cards for game. It was cold, both players played with hats on. The victim, he plays whole time with his hand on locket at his neck. Then last hand is done, but something terrible has happened. That man flew at victim and is strangling him to death.
Check if Mr. Wright has wings.
Well, that's not right.
Yeah, where's strangulation coming on this?
Yeah, exactly.
Indeed.
Incidentally,
Bludgeoned.
who won the game?
He wrapped the bottle of grape juice around and was strangling. It was horrible.
Isn't it obvious? The winner was the victim, Mr. Smith.
Objection! That's ridiculous. Because Mr. Wright can't lose. Justice, maybe you can come up with a more legitimate objection. But he hasn't lost in 7 years.
Take it from me, kid. It happens. I didn't lose a case my first 7 years as a prosecutor either till that bastard started.
Oh dear.
Incidentally, I have some evidence here. Please ignore the fact that my accent is sliding around. These are the poker chips as they lay at the very moment of the crime. The hand and chips on this side belong to the defendant, Mr. Wright. He's got a shit hand, as you can see.
He's got a pair of aces.
I don't think that's a full house though.
It's not.
Those on the far side.
Isn't that 3 kings?
No, he
That
means
is, yeah.
he means Wright's hand isn't a full house.
Mm.
Ah.
Wright has 2 pair. Shady has full house. which
Yeah,
is-
Shady's got the full
Yeah,
house.
yeah.
Those on the far side belong to the victim, Mr. Smith.
Chips, you say?
I mean, yes. Imagine that poker is war. Your hand is your army and the chips are the spoils.
I know that. After all, in my youth, I was known as the poker head of courtroom number 3.
I think he means poker face.
Looking at this picture, it does seem that most of the chips are on the victim's side of the table.
I don't think the judge was ever called Poker Face.
Shut photo out of the court record.
Very well. The defense may cross-examine the witness.
Well, I know what we should do first.
Cross-examination.
That fateful
That
night.
fateful night.
Yeah, I will not read it again because we had all that.
Yeah, don't worry. No, you don't need to read it again. Only read the extra sentence if we get a new sentence which is added.
Да, конечно.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Right. So, any thoughts, anyone?
I
Well,
need to use
the-
the toilet again.
Oh, strangling definitely is
Yeah, exactly.
suspicious.
Yeah, the post-mortem says, well, the coroner's report says that he died through cerebral hemorrhaging of
So-
the single blow to the forehead.
Death caused by
And-
single blow to forehead.
And last time I checked, strangling does not cause intracerebral hemorrhaging.
Yeah.
Hmm. That's kind of
The only hemorrhaging it causes is the petechial hemorrhages in the eyes.
There's our medical expert for you.
And we press things anyway for hilarity issues.
But that we do. We
Yeah.
press for hilarity. Hold it. You were dealing cards. Do you do this often?
Oh, da, I am doing this. If customer wishes, I serve anything. Borscht, card, more borscht. And pictures. It's my work.
It's good to hear of a place that hasn't forgotten the meaning of service.
Welcome you to Borscht Bowl Club, where borscht is as warm as the waitresses.
Thank you for not handing out flyers during the cross-examination. Okay. It's already April. How could it be cold?
At Borscht Bowl Club, we have pride in authentic rustic Russian restaurant theme. It's cold and it's vodka everywhere. Outside is heat in spring, but inside is always as cold as Mother Russia.
No way am I going there.
When it comes to hot borscht, cold is best seasoning, da?
Well, culinary experts aside, let's keep on going. His locket?
I believe it was good luck charm, da? He gripped it many times as he played that night.
She must have felt if he would carry him the moon and stars. Though if it was small enough to fit around his neck, it wouldn't have much lift.
The defense would like a clarification. This is a locket we're talking about. I mean, a pendant with a picture on it, right? Not a rocket.
Of course, I do that. It was probably a pendant shaped like a rocket. That's why I called it that.
No, a locket's a locket. Doesn't matter what shape it's considered bad form to poke fun at the hard of hearing in our society. Hard of hearing or hard of understanding?
So, what happened next?
The poor judge. Make sure you've got your hearing aids in, Judge, in both ears.
And turned
And
on.
turn them on.
Don't turn on. Okay. Something terrible?
The defense will refrain from needless shouting.
Sorry. I need to seriously reconsider this vocal training thing.
Now, Miss O'Reilly, can you tell us what happened?
Oh, I was so frightened that I tremble with fear.
Okay. Final sentence to press. But the defendant would never do such a thing.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Paul.
Oh no, I can't say I've ever heard the defense try this tactic.
If possible, please refrain from embarrassing me.
Still, why would anyone do something like this over a game of poker?
Perhaps it is because defendant lost game.
Yes, a crushing defeat for a man undefeated. So it always is with men like him. Winners make sore losers. Oh, how the mighty fall! It takes one to know one as well.
Go ahead. I believe you know what it is you need to do. Right, sir. Leave it to me. There are only 3 people in the room at the time of the murder. The victim, Shady Smith, Mr. Wright, and if Mr. Wright isn't the killer, that means I've got you now, or really? Alright. So
But how?
Wait,
I had my hands full with the burst and the photo camera.
let's do this. Right, so yeah, I'm guessing we're all agreeing that the autopsy report is the thing that's fishy.
Yeah.
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 Objection!
Music stops, so you know it's correct.
Oh, really?
Triangulation is stuff.
Yeah. If you're
Oh,
wrong, the music keeps playing.
Yeah, that's how you know. That's how you know it always happens. Oh, really? Strangled, you say? That's odd.
No, customer only choke and burst. Sometimes they pay for choking.
No, I mean, this report shows that the victim died of a blow to his head. I'm not going to that restaurant.
Ah,
Miss O'Reilly, really now? Did you witness the crime?
eek!
Oh, that's
Good
pretty-
reflexes.
I was working in a circus
Spider-Man.
before.
Looking at the picture, it doesn't seem like he was hit. He's still wearing his hat and everything.
Oh.
Yet it is a fact that he was hit, Your Honor.
Ooh.
Here's a photo we took of the victim with his hat off during our investigation. Wait a minute, why? Then who put his hat
Hiding
back on?
evidence again.
Oh, that's quite shocking, isn't it? This head certainly was hit.
Crime photo 2 added to the court record.
Yeah, but who put his hat back on?
Good question.
Seeing
Oh
it
no,
happen.
because it would have been under the hat when he was struck. Okay.
Okay.
The defendant. He lunged victim his neck.
Oh, really, Miss O'Reilly? I think I've caught you in your own lie this time. Justice. I admire your enthusiasm. Perhaps you think this through once more. What the fuck? You mean I found a contradiction? There's one thing in her testimony that troubles me. Oh, sorry, I skipped that. I didn't mean to that. Sorry. Divot, it's up to you.
I was going to say, is there not a history button in this one?
That's a good point. No, there is not. That was introduced in
No.
number 5.
Okay.
It seems we should continue the cross-examination.
There's such a thing as thinking too much. This horse is dead. Let's stop eating it. There's such a thing as thinking aloud too much, too. I'm going to ask this question. I was just like, Divot, are the other people mind readers? to like, you know, because
I think half the people in the, I think everyone apart from the protagonist, whose name is a mind reader in these games.
fair enough. All right.
Oh, that's
Oh,
that's not new.
Yeah, it's not New
Yeah.
Testimony.
First for the hats on.
After defendant, new line.
Defendant tried to strangle victim. He hit him with bottle.
Well, there's gonna be something wrong with that.
Can we take a look at the picture?
That's what I'm thinking as
with
well.
Yeah.
The locket. I don't see any locket.
I don't see.
You're right.
I don't see any. But I
Here's
thought.
a
Phoenix-
locket. It's clearly on his chest and exposed, and there's no locket on the other photo.
So it was torn from him.
Yeah.
So where's the locket now? Can you press her on that statement?
It's a good point. I can actually press her. You're right. Hold it! You didn't say anything about hitting before.
So sorry. I must be forgetting this door.
You will take greater care of your testimony.
Oh, Dada, I'm sorry, Your Honor.
That clears up the discrepancy with the autopsy report, I believe. The defendant made to strangle his victim and then changed his mind. Then chose a simpler, blunter means to do the job. Yes, that sums it up nicely.
So we strangled him, then hit him? Something's fishy about all this. Alright, so we kind
Yeah,
of...
there's no.
I'm just skipping
There's no
past
marks. Yeah. There's no marks around the victim's neck
this. Mm.
that would imply signs of him being strangled, because it would bruise,
Yeah.
especially in a time like this.
Let's check him. He hit him with bottle.
Mhm.
I'm gonna save. Time to start this little trick.
Yeah. Just in case.
Time to save scum!
Save scum, save scum.
I
We are
pressed
going to save
And
scum.
I press instead of doing that. I can't fast
I think
forward.
if you can hold on the button, it'll fast forward.
That was introduced for some reason. They did not port that to this version,
Wow.
but you can press through it quickly.
Yeah.
There you go. And now I gotta go all the way back.
Yeah, that's kind of annoying.
Okay. Hat remove, hat forward, hat remove during the investigation. Chips.
Wait, can we have a look at the picture she took, please?
Of which one?
Yeah.
This one.
This one.
I think this is the only August photo.
Well, there are the bottles. Down the bottom left-hand side.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And there's borscht.
There's borscht up on the right-hand side. Yep.
And there's a plate of pilmeni next to the borscht.
You notice the snow the snow everywhere.
Yeah, the fake
Yeah.
snow.
Take Russian.
Yeah.
I bet there's a polar bear nearby.
Yeah. No, thanks. It didn't reveal what I
Okay.
hoped it would reveal.
I'm
I
just.
think I know what we have to do, but I'm being quiet
Mm,
unless we get desperate.
yeah, I think I'm
Yeah.
more or less there as well. It's saying that caused death to stick up before. That's not a contradiction. We know that they hit them. I'm thinking it is about the locket.
I think I would have tried the contradiction about the locket as well, yeah.
I think it's the locket because
Mm.
the victim
Yeah.
replaced no time hand on locket at the neck,
Yeah.
and I press again because for some reason I'm so used to it being up in the upper left hand corner.
Good luck,
Well,
Chan. Great too many times. Yes, it was a fault. Oh, la.
Well, press and present do start with the same 3 letters.
Yeah.
True.
You and 4 letters.
Okay. Objection! You know, there was one curious part in her testimony, just like Mr. Gavin said, but what does it mean?
Mr. Justice, would you care to explain what it is you're thinking so intensely about?
Recall the testimony, Your Honor. The victim played with his hands on locket at his neck, I believe she said.
I hope you aren't about to raise an objection to the witness's grammar.
No, but look at this photograph. Do you see a locket on the victim's neck? Well done, Justice. I'm impressed. I knew you'd be able to handle this. But what does it mean?
If we are to believe this witness test, what the that was not the right voice. I went all
Hi, Star.
Russian Russian with it. Hello. If we are to believe witness testimony as is.
Hello.
What's next?
Hello there, Star Fox. Hello, your Muse Key.
Hello.
And the locket disappeared following the victim's death.
Lockets don't just disappear, Your Honor. It's quite simple when you think about it. If the locket is gone, someone must have taken it off, no? Taken it off? Wait, you don't mean... The defendant wasn't strangling the victim at all. He was taking off his locket. Wouldn't that explain it?
Judge is speechless.
Judge is absolutely speechless. Oh, that's very kind of you, Yormuse Key. We're not voice actors by any stretch, but we wanted to play through this and have fun with it. So we're glad that
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
enjoying them.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Not that I can really say I'm doing a voice, since I kind of just do myself as Apollo, just with a bit of a higher catamra. Anyway, Judge.
Yeah.
Also,
And
Also,
single
I was
cat.
letting you finish. Defendant, what do you have to say to this? Say,
yes.
I just noticed this, but you have something hanging around your neck, don't you?
Oh, you mean this?
Uh-oh.
Yes, it's a locket with a photograph inside. A photo of my daughter.
Come again?
Mr. Wright, you have a daughter?
We confirmed it at the time of the arrest. The picture in the locket is indeed Mr. Wright's daughter.
So Mr. Wright has a locket too? Why don't I buy that this is just a coincidence?
Oh, now, if the result of this poker game led to the murder, perhaps we should hear a bit more about the outcome of the game.
Further testimony won't really be necessary. It's clear the defendant lost, badly.
Miss Orley, you will testify to the court about the game played between the victim and the defendant.
No.
Oh, before we have the witness testimony, your Muse K would like to know who's all here.
Yes. So, my name is Ebac. I'm here at Scratching Post. We've got Shadow Phoenix Rider providing the voice of Winston Payne right now. Providing the voice of Phoenix Wright at this time is none other
Good
than
evening.
Lemming Russ. We have Divot doing his voice as the judge, and Bear doing Olga O'Reilly, although he'll be playing.
I am Bear,
But Bear will also be doing the role of Clavier Gavin when he appears. So.
Yes, Christoph's brother.
Yeah. I'm so excited.
No, it's nice
God.
to see you, Bear. Have you seen of our stuff before? Because I've not seen you around before.
I
No,
think
they're new here.
I think they're
There was a
new here
message in
from
chat and
what it says
everything.
on my Twitch stream, but
Aye.
well on the Twitch stream.
Yeah, I was getting some things here. Here we go. Cool.
Witness
Brand new.
Well,
Well, welcome to the
Don't
show.
worry, Star. There will be a guitar, don't you worry.
No, there will be. Anyway, Divot. What is it?
It's time for some witness testimony.
Serious competition. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. I do appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Hey!
Excellent.
The game began 3,500 points in chips for each man. How chips come in two sizes, small and large. The one was winning, it was victim. For last hand, defendant play with all chips on table and lose. The moment loss was decided, defendant grabs bottle from table. And
Indeed, looking at this picture, it does seem to be a one-sided game.
As the court knows, poker was a defendant's life. Failure must have been a bitter pill to swallow.
Ah, how many times have I heard those words? These words, even. I've done it in a fit of anger, Your Honor, and now I regret what I've done. A common tale, but true.
Methinks the judge watches too many old court movies.
Back in the day.
Mr.
I was one of the 12 angry men.
Mr. Wright said he hasn't lost a game in 7 years, so this touchstone must be wrong.
I feel
That's the definition.
off game. I feel like the picture with the hands is done from a different angle than they start with saying.
Oh, okay, so you think they switched around the hands?
Yeah, I believe it's done. The actual hands are that Phoenix Wright has the full house.
Thing is, how would we prove that? There's no way to prove that they were switched.
Not yet, though.
I think we should ask him more questions about. Well, we'll press anyway.
It's time for pressing.
Yeah, probably a good
let's-
idea.
Time for the right maneuver. Press everything. Are those the usual starting points? Were any special rules used?
Yet, not special. Usual game, usual rules.
If each man began with 3,500 points, then the total would be, exactly 7,000 points.
Please, this isn't calculus. It's not even long division. Oh god, it was originally the Mia Fey maneuver, but she died in the right slaps. Oh, Muse, too soon.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Are the chips in this photo all the chips that we used?
Of course. I'm not hiding any chips in my borscht bowl.
Something's fishy with these chips. Should I press harder? Yeah, let's press harder.
Always press harder.
Maybe you could explain a bit about these chips.
Bear?
Explain. What is there to be explained?
Oh shit, sorry.
Poker chips are poker chips. They're not fish and chips, not a chip off the old block, not a motorcycle cop, not a...
Thanks. Now that I've pressed her, I better ask her something. What are these chips worth? Are they dollars or rubles even?
All I have been saying before, it was game, not gambling. Hard perhaps for capitalists, you understand? For capitalist pigs to understand. 2 types of cheap, 100 points cheap and 1,000 points cheap.
Ooh.
It is not money, duh.
Justice. Sir? Don't you find her comment interesting? In more ways than one, sir. I'd have it added to her testimony myself.
Well, does the defense want the witness to add to her testimony?
Of course. Always add it to the testimony. Yes, I do think this deserves further scrutiny. Add it to the testimony. I wish I knew where I was going with this.
Are we gonna do some maths?
Very well. Witness, if you would be so kind.
Wing it as we go is the best way to defend. There, Your Honor.
There?
This is what we've
It's
been
a-
saying already, because
but
that's
it's a-
repeated testimony. It's new? Oh.
Yeah, it's new.
One kind chip is worth 100 points, other kind is worth 1,000, 2 kinds in all.
Cool, yeah. That's the extra statement that's added in. Because before it just went that and then right
yeah,
to this.
right.
But we're gonna now naturally let's look this over
Yeah.
because I can see where this is
Let's
going.
do some maths.
What's wrong with
So
this picture?
Phoenix
That-
side is
Yeah, someone is horribly
1,400.
losing.
That's
Yeah.
1,000. Also on the board, that's 1,000 in large chips.
No,
And that's already
Ten-
more than
sorry,
they started.
10,000 in large chips, which
Yeah.
is more than the total.
but no. Look
Yeah.
at, no. But thing is, look. If you invert it, it's the other way around. If the small chips
and the
are
small
worth
chips.
1,000, then he's winning,
Uh-huh.
and the defendant is winning and the victim is
Yeah,
losing.
you're right.
And look,
And
it adds up.
And the sum adds up, yes, you're right. You're absolutely right.
So yeah,
Do we need to press? Do we need to press to find out which chip is which?
no, I think
No.
it should never tell you which one's which.
Can you tell me that power
I
once
think it's
again?
just your a logical arrival to end up at.
Yeah. However, we are going to, of course, continue with pressing because for funds,
Always
Hold
press.
it! Mr. Gavin says this just means important. To be honest, I have no idea why.
Mr. Justice, do the court a favor and think of what you want to say before raising your hand. You're not in kindergarten.
Sorry, I'm fine.
Says the man who doesn't know math.
Something and quick. 2 types of chips. Small ones are 100 and the big ones 1,000. Right? Right, of course.
Ha! Don't waste our time.
Is that all?
Yeah. Oh, great. Mr. Gavin made me stop her, and now I'm the one who looks dumb. Oh, Justice, please try not to embarrass me like that. Huh? Who? Me? There's a clear contradiction in the information you have in your hands. It's a matter of calculation. Go on, try it. We're not in kindergarten, after all. Calculation. Yeah, that's basically the game saying, hey, dum-dum, if you can't figure it out.
Let's have a judge count the chips.
Let's see. 1 point, Judge?
That's 3, not 2. 5, sir. 5.
I mean, it's enough for me to do mental arithmetic, and I'm not very good at
I always
that.
love the old gag. where
1,
someone-
2, 5, 3, sir.
I always love that.
Hey!
I always love that joke with not just that, but like when someone's counting and it's like 1, 2. What time is it? Oh, it's about 6, 7, 8. You know, wait.
5 chips on the board.
You're telling me that Mr. Wright, you're telling me that Mr. Wright, undefeated for 7 whole years, was losing.
No, it must have been most unlucky day for him.
My eyes!
I'm glad I did not take another picture of him. He would break camera, certainly. The chips, they went always to the victim side of the table.
So you're telling us it was a one-sided game?
No, one-sided. And
I'm blind. Last hand.
it was largest point of any hand. The defender hand. It was excellent. He tried to use it to make victory from behind. Oh, I like that maneuver's name.
Judge.
It appears that both the defendant and victim's hands are in this picture. This is truly an excellent hand. However, so is the victim's hand.
Olga.
Of course, sorry, Peralta. One of the highest numbers wins, so defendant loses.
The victim, Mr. Smith, had a stronger hand than the defendant and crushed him. And I believe that explains what occurred next.
Once scared, laying down on table, it happened.
Alright. And final statement. Hold it! And what happened next?
Even to think of it now, I shake and terrible. My borscht spills all over. I did not believe such thing would happen.
What such thing?
Please, you must believe. I had no idea. How could such thing occur?
What such thing? I'm on tenterhooks here.
I spilled my borscht. Eating victim. I saw it happen right before me. I saw puddle coming down the victim's head.
Indecisive, isn't it, Your Honor? My witness saw the very moment of the crime.
Remember, your first goal is to gather information. Yes, sir! Look out, contradiction, here comes justice. I don't know if did I say tenterhooks or tenderhooks? I can't.
Tenterhooks.
Sounded like you said
It is.
tender hooks.
I thought I said tenterhooks, but yeah, whatever.
It's fine.
Tinder hooks.
Close enough.
Maybe, yeah. I don't word good sometimes. All right, I think we're all in agreement that, and I just did that again, didn't I? So I think we're all in agreement that it is the chip amounts that we are questioning
Yeah.
at this point.
Yes.
I got to question myself why I'm always doing this. They don't switch it around in the later games. Also, to be fair, it's worth it to see that hair flick again.
He's also Kimmy. The doctor was so small.
No, it
He's born with
isn't.
it.
Maybe it's. Yeah, of course.
They all have gorgeous hair, even Winston.
To be fair, yeah.
Yomusuke, tenterhooks is basically it's a figure of speech, like on the edge of your seat kind of thing.
Mm.
I don't know where it originates from. Probably something to do
we'll
with
find
butchery,
out.
probably.
Yeah, I was today years old when I found out there's a word like that.
I'm gonna save, even though last time I saved didn't work out well for us, but just in case.
Phrase on tenterhooks means waiting nervously for something to happen. A tenterhook is usually a sharp hook that fashions cloth to a tenter, a frame on which cloth is stretched like a tent for even drying to prevent shrinkage.
Hmm. There you go. The more you know. All right, so
Isn't that two full houses?
Objection! You sure it was the victim who won? Absolutely sure.
Ah!
Objection! It seems our new attorney is a bit confused. Now, a glance at the picture is enough to tell you who won. If you're not in kindergarten. Why am I saying this?
Just for safety's sake, can you explain the problem to the court?
Of course, Your Honor. In this photo, I see small chips and I see large chips. Tell me, which were worth 1,000 points?
Why, the big ones, of course. Duh.
Oh, I thought so too, but then the totals don't add up.
The totals?
Yeah,
What's totals, precious?
let's review what the witness told us. Each man started with 3,500 points in chips. And the combined value total of the chips was 7,000 points.
Yes, if my calculations are correct. Let's see. 3 plus 1 carries 5.
They are, Your Honor. Now, look at this photo that allegedly shows all the chips. If the big chips are worth 1,000 points and the small chips are worth 100, and you add them up,
How much is that? Is it? What?
do it yourself. You aren't in kindergarten, are you?
I can't do arithmetic.
10,600 points. The chips don't add up. This clearly contradicts the witness's testimony.
But why? How could this be?
Exactly, Justice. Now that you know what, you must determine the why. Right. There's only one possible way to explain this contradiction. Both are right.
Mhm.
Because, there's no other explanation for it. Each man begun the game with 3,500 points. If all the chips are indeed shown in this photograph, then there can only be one answer.
What is it?
The value of the chips was the other way around.
What?
Want to know what I think? The small chips are worth 1,000 points, not the big ones.
Madness! Utter madness! This is.
Show me that.
Not Sparta.
Well, 6 small chips and 10 large chips. Why, that does make 7,000 points when you add them up.
Glad you finally got with the program, Judge.
But,
Excellent work, Justice. It's almost as though you figured it out by yourself. Well, I'm just glad I was the one who said it.
Then, but wait! The value of the chips may be different, but that changes nothing!
Indeed, the victim did have the larger number of chips too. Ah!
Exactly. If the small chips are 1,000 points and the large chips are 100, let's do a little math. Add up the points for each side of the table.
I think I just popped a hernia.
The victim, Mr. Smith, had 2,900 points and the defendant had 4,100 points! Ah!
Well now, it seems that Mr. Wright was winning that night after all.
Impossible!
My client had even less reason to kill the victim. After all, he was winning. Now, Mr. Riley, you must have known the true value of the chips, since you were there at the scene of the crime. Weren't you?
Ah.
I
I love that.
It's impressive skills there.
Order! Order! It appears our defendant has lost his motive, and Mr. Wright's supposed defeat never happened.
No!
We must now ask ourselves whether we can trust the witnesses' testimony. Oh! Excuse me? What is it, Miss Orley?
I didn't know what to be saying this, but actually my hand's gone on ages ago. Can I put the ball down? Actually, you see,
See what, Miss O'Reilly? What do we see?
in your last hand, there was cheat.
Cheat? You don't mean a trick?
Wait, or do you mean a scam?
They're all the same thing.
Yes, there was cheat in last hand. That is why game ends with chips as they are.
Great. Just great. First we have a lie, now cheating. Well, this case certainly is taking a turn for the interesting.
Witness, you will please testify to the court. Tell us about this cheating in the final hand. Witness testimony.
The final hand.
Your last hand, both men had full house.
Oh, they did have full house, apparently.
Yeah, they did.
Fair enough.
There is 4 of each card in deck from ace to king. If you look at both men's hands, cheat is more obvious. The next moment, game becomes argument. The defendant trick was exposed. He took bottle in his hand. Poor Mr. Smith.
No, something's wrong here.
Mr. Riley, why did you not tell the court about this from the very beginning?
Ah,
I thought I smelled a cover up here. Well, folks, it's time to throw back at the covers.
A full house is a very high-scoring hand. Not easy to make, in my experience.
That alone is enough to suspect less than scrupulous tactics.
Mr. Gavin, what's a full house?
Lawyers these days, you don't know your poker.
the show
I
from
can't
the
say
late
this
80s and the
goes
90s.
I can't say this bodes well for your case. Or career.
What is this? Some kind of secret court poker ring? Justice, you know the terms. 1 pair, 2 pair, and 3 of a kind, yes? Yeah, no problem. 2 cards with the same number makes a pair, and 3 makes 3 of a kind. Good. Now picture a hand with 1 pair and 1 3 of a kind. That's a full house. That doesn't sound very easy to make, does it?
You can see the player's hand in this photo.
Wow, they both have full houses.
Full houses, yeah.
We forget there's an easy way to make a full house and go undefeated for 7 years. You cheat.
The defense may cross-examine the witness.
If he did cheat in the last hand, that still leaves one important question. Mr. Wright lost that hand. Who's ever heard of a professional con man losing when they cheat?
Cross-examination.
The final hand. Just a quick question. You're right there, Lemming. I know that you've been a bit kind of like in the background.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just trying to keep up.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
He gets to just sit back
Yeah,
and
but-
enjoy.
You can sit back and
But
enjoy the
that's
story.
That's a very interesting cheating way. I keep a 7 in my sleeve just in case.
Wait, just for chat notices, no spoilers for any of the games in prior to this in the chat because Burr is playing through them. and I don't want him to kind of get spoiled for regarding anything. So please.
Fortunately, I'm already past the spoiler that we've already had about Mia dying, so we're fine with that.
Yeah, thankfully, yeah. So
Yeah.
just try and keep it kind of low key. The reason we're doing 4 onwards is because it doesn't get enough. No, it's fine. It's fine. You weren't to know.
It's
absolutely-
fine.
You know, we're doing the 4th game. You
Oh,
kind of think,
good.
oh, they're doing the 4th game. They must have always played the previous ones. The reason we're doing this is because I've played it, Divot played it, the others haven't, and I don't think this game gets enough, exposure. So, here we are.
Needs more love.
It does. In fact, the later parts of the games do need more love. Right, let's do this. Hold it! Just how hard is it to make a full house anyway?
Oh, it is quite hard now. It is making appear and the 3 of a kind of at the same time.
I guess that's right. Is Divot indisposed?
Judge.
I think he went to pop to the...
Very difficult to be sure.
to be that works. That works.
Look at him away, there's a poker head of courtroom number 3. Not space at all. Very difficult, but it's not impossible.
Okay, full house, hard. This line of questioning, a waste of time.
Thank you for taking over, Judge. You may go back to courtroom number 2.
As this game goes so far, I think I like Apollo much more than Phoenix.
I just like Apollo's enthusiasm. Whenever I think of his game, I think of a very energetic voice for him because he's just up there, He's a guy who's
High
always
strung.
he's highly strung, exactly.
Yeah. I think he's training his cause of steel every day. Just for that.
Yeah. There is 4 of each card, so let's see. So we know, that. Of course, the suits. Are the suits suspect?
Yeah, how are they matching?
Yeah, I was going to ask, can we see the thing again? No,
Well, they
these are all different.
seem fine.
The ace is
However,
fine.
maybe
Wait. Is that a heart or another diamond?
no,
That-
it's a heart.
Yeah, it's a diamond and
it
heart.
looks like heart, diamond, and spade.
Yeah, all 4 aces are in
okay,
play.
Mhm.
All 4 aces are in play, and there are the 3 kings and 3.
3 kings are
yeah.
fine, but can we take a look at the other picture and maybe we can recognize another king on the floor? Although, yeah, that would be from the same deck as they're playing, right?
Yeah, but
it's way too,
We
yeah.
can't tell shit on this. No.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
I doubt it would be that complicated, honestly.
Also, I just want to point this out. The person who takes the photographs in this lovely establishment has a color. Can take color photographs. Apparently, there's been some budget cuts at the police department because this is in fucking black and white.
Yeah.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, the waitress earns much more than a policeman.
Well, why would they want to upgrade their their evidence collection if they're just gonna throw innocent men into the dock and get them convicted?
Yeah, of course. That's true. Good point. Why are you humping around that massive, 19th century camera with the shroud and everything? Well, that's because budget cuts, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we just throw any old people into jail these days.
We have to work with what Prime Minister Peel got us.
Ooh.
I mean, within universe Muse, perhaps, but I just don't get it why you would do that. Like an actual police department would take color photographs because they would. There's no reason not to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we are questioning the cops.
Yeah, we're questioning the logic. We're questioning the logic of Ace Attorney. I think there lies madness. Hold it. 4 of each card, as you say.
There is 1 spade, 1 diamond, 1 heart, and 1 club for each card. It is interesting fact that this number 4 comes from number of seasons.
Huh? You don't say.
And did you know that these cards are numbered 1 to 13? Add all the cards in the deck and you get 364 a year.
Huh? You don't say. Isn't that just 1 day short?
Or
That's
2.
why each deck has 2 jokers.
You mind reader, witch.
What?
You read? You bet he internally thought about that.
That's why he shaked his head. He's amplifying his mind power.
He's amplifying his mind powers. How
living,
did-
I'm living in your brain.
Yeah, I know.
I'm living in your brain waves. You back.
Yeah.
They say the second Joker stands for the leap year. Thus, you have a perfect representation of the year, all in a deck of cards.
Huh. You don't say. We're gonna be in this courtroom for a year if it keeps going like this.
Yeah.
You're the one pressing these statements, sir.
Speaking of which, press it.
Hold it. How was it clear?
Will, the defendant. He played a fifth ace.
Fifth ace?
Where is it in the picture?
I still remember both hands very well. Mr. Smithgate, it was 3 aces. And Mr. Wright is 2.
Obviously, cheating was afoot, or perhaps I should say, a hand.
You're so funny, Payne. You're so funny.
I think you could knock me for that one.
It's all that newfangled mind powers.
Your Honor, perhaps this could be added to the testimony without Mr. Payne's joke.
Please.
Very well. The witness will add the testimony. Please.
Hold it! A fifth ace?
No, it should not exist, no. I still remember both hands
Wait,
very well.
is this the same statement?
It's the same, yes.
Yeah.
In 3 aces, in 2
Alright,
aces.
fair enough.
He's 5 aces.
Well, where does this card come from then?
We should ask the defendant
Oh.
that very question. Adding cards to a deck is no less serious a taboo than forging evidence in a court of law.
Now, perhaps it is time for you to say something, Justice. You bet I've no intention of staying quiet. Not me. No, sir. I better find some contradicting evidence fast.
But it's not in the picture, though, is it?
Hmm,
Yeah,
That's clear evidence.
that's clear
Yeah,
evidence,
and
yeah.
if it was in the picture, it would have a different back.
Presumably, yeah. Do you recall what the men were arguing about?
No, I believe so. The victim shouts, "You are a cheater!" And then the defendant shouts something like, "I have objection!"
Shouting objection, eh? Old habits are hard to break. First he bluffed his way through the courtroom, now he bluffs his way through life.
Objection! However, Mr. Wright lost the hand. That seems to be that seems to cast the shadow of doubt on Mr. Smith.
Humiliation from losing even when cheating. That is what set fire to defendant's heart, not my borscht.
Judge.
Yeah, so I was just getting over that last sentence.
What did the flaming defendant do next?
Fair enough.
On
And
fire!
fire. By bottle, are you referring to this?
The defendant uses this bottle to
This behavior is an admission of cheating by the defendant.
But why use a grape juice bottle?
You'd be surprised at what can be used as a weapon.
This juice is recommended drink of borscht Polkowab, duh. This year's vintage is remarkable for its hearty flavor.
Hefty enough to brain a grown man, apparently. First she says it was a serious competition, now she says there was cheating. Justice, notice anything odd? Her testimony keeps changing. Now she says the defendant cheated. Actually, yes, I had noticed that. Let's get the truth about this cheating first, shall we? Right, leave it to me. Alright, so yeah, we know what it is. It's the fact that and 3 aces and Mr. Wright's 2, 5 aces.
we can present.
Yeah, it's like, where the fuck's that fifth ace?
Objection! It appears the witness is mistaken.
Mistaken with my name.
Look at this piece of evidence. This clearly contradicts what you have said in your testimony.
That's the photo of the chips, is it not?
Justice, Perhaps you ought to explain your point in a way the judge can comprehend. In other words,
It'll be
use your
hard.
finger to point out your point.
Yes, please point out the contradiction in this photo. What particular point contradicts the witness's testimony?
Well, it's the fact that there's not a
Other side, I think.
Oh yeah.
You're,
yeah. 'cause
you're
it's
right.
That's the one.
three
Yes. Mr. O'Reilly, in your testimony, you made the following claim. Mr. Miss Hand had 3 aces. But as you can see, the victim only the victim's hand only held 2 aces.
Objection! Well, maybe the witness was simply confused. Perhaps it was the defendant's hand that held the third ace in question.
Objection! Take another look at the evidence. As you can see, the defendant also had 2 aces in his hand. Where's the 5th ace? I see cheating, all right, and it's going on right here in this courtroom.
Yow!
2 aces in each player's hand does make 4 aces total. Hardly proof of cheating.
Wait, yes. It is true. I've seen it. The 5th ace. There was cheating. I swear you.
That's odd. She must be lying, yet she's the most sincere I've seen her all day. You're right to trust your instincts. Mr. Gavin, who knows what lies in store for us in this trial and ahead? Your Honour, if I may, I have a suggestion.
What might that be, Mr. Gavin?
If you don't mind, perhaps we might examine the actual cards.
The cards?
Mr. Payne,
Yes.
excuse me, everyone. I've got a visitor apparently.
Oh, no
Yeah.
problem.
Oh.
Take your time. We'll be waiting. Yeah.
Oh no! While we wait, maybe we could hydrate.
Yeah.
That's
that's a
gonna.
good idea.
Yeah, we're gonna take a quick break as we go and hydrate, and I deal with the fact that I got a doggo in my room.
Hydrate,
Uh,
and we educate.
The neighbour's dog Darwin's come say hello.
Oh,
We'll be right
tell
back.
Darwin I love them.
I need to turn on the stream to see it on camera, maybe.
There is no camera. We cannot take the doggo.
No!
Also implying I haven't already been hydrating for the entire session.
Same. That's why I've had to go to the toilet 3 times.
Yeah, but some of us have been talking more, Blemming.
Been talking plenty in the first half.
Some of
just sat back, relaxing, picking up his legs.
That was me. That was me through the first half. So now it's my turn to talk. Also,
Yeah.
some of us are sometimes forgetting to hydrate. So just in case.
Yeah,
First we
no.
hydrate, then we educate.
This also goes for the chat as well. Make sure you're hydrated. Take your medication if you have some.
Yes.
Look after
I'm
yourselves.
going to go fill up my bottle. I will be right back. Court is temporarily adjourned for recess.
Recess!
That is a
Like-
pretty good idea, actually. I'm going to go for some more water.
I can't actually tell how my pain voice is because, you know, I'm doing the voice. But so how am I doing, chat?
I think you're doing fine.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, your Muse K. I don't often do voices. I've not really had the confidence to actually put voices on until I met these guys, really.
My main worry is I'm playing Phoenix for this particular playthrough, and all I'm doing for it is deepening my voice slightly because he's the main character.
Fair enough.
So I don't want to mess him up.
I can try and do a bit more nasally, but it's a little hard unless I pitch my nose like this, but then it sounds a little bit ridiculous.
Now you sound like Mr. Payne has a bit of a cold.
My nose is blocked.
I'm gonna be especially mean in the courtroom because I'm sick.
Pain is.
I've been sick all day and I'm gonna make you pay for it.
All right, I am back. My apologies for that, everyone.
I'm also back.
The judge has ordered us
I'm
to
also back.
take recess, Mr. Justice.
Court is now back in session.
Oh no, I guess we're back in section now.
Also, actually, I was saying your voice is very close to my pain voice.
Can I,
My pain
can I
voice is.
finally put my borscht down, please?
It was like,
No, you got to keep holding it.
right, Mr. Right. That was my pain voice.
Oh wow!
It's just weird how close it was.
That is just the right amount of annoying.
Yeah, Mr. Right,
Yeah,
Mr. Justice, me.
I'd also like to point out that the main reason Miss O'Reilly hasn't put her borscht down is she's been holding it like that for 20 years and her arm is locked in position.
She's surprisingly nimble, though.
Shall we?
Indeed, let's
Hell.
do it. So back into Gavin. The players' hands that night were set aside as evidence, were they not? The defense would like to request that the cards be shown to the court.
Very well, the prosecution will submit this evidence. Which
Excuse
will
me,
you
sorry.
examine? The victim's cards or the defendant's card?
If these cards don't prove cheating was going on, nothing will. Now, which of these hands is more suspicious? I'd say it'd be the victim's hands.
Yeah.
That's where the cards were switched. It was the victim's hand that changed over the course of the witness's testimony. The defense requests time to examine Mr. Smith's cards.
Very well, Mr. Payne, if you would.
Very well.
And yes, Mr. Payne is ridiculous, Muse. I completely agree. The victim's hand received as evidence. Well, time's a wasting. Get to it, Justice. Yes, sir. When examining evidence, be sure to view it from all sides and angles. Try using the dials on the evidence viewer. That should give you a better perspective on the case. Okay, let's do this.
I was gonna say, we should flip the
The,
cards.
the 3D
Yeah, like-
card.
Yeah, 180. There we go.
Hey!
One blue.
And it's the king. Yep.
What a sneaky trick!
What? Your Honor, look at this. What are the victim's cards? The back is a different color.
Yeah. Ah!
Oh, God.
You not notice that? Oh, that's impossible. What? I put this card. Ah!
Oh!
What was that, Miss O'Reilly?
No, нет, I realized that I have.
Your Honor,
Mr. Gavin, yes.
tell me, what is the easiest way to cheat at poker?
To cheat?
I'll tell you. One merely needs a friend, a comrade, shall we say. The dealer.
Ha! Ha!
Wait, so you mean this witness, Miss O'Reilly, she's the cheater, a professional, I'd wager?
Order! Order!
Focus, Justice. Time to take advantage of, of a mistake. Your Honor, please recall the testimony we just heard.
That's impossible. But I put that card in the right hand.
Ergo, Miss Olga really conspired to cheat, not with my client, but with the victim, Mr. Shady Smith.
It's almost like he's a shady guy.
Yeah, I know, right? Not only did she cheat, she cheated poorly. Therefore, it's not hard to imagine an altercation between her and the victim.
What?
You don't mean the defense isn't accusing the witness, Miss O'Reilly, are you?
Time for justice. There were 3 people in the room at the time of the incident, and if Mr. Wright isn't guilty, that means I am. The defense accuses the witness, Miss Olga O'Reilly, of murder.
My name is not even O'Reilly. And I think that's a lobster in a borscht.
Well, she's gone.
Payne, where is your witness, Miss O'Reilly?
She dead.
It appears she has lost consciousness.
Maybe it
Your
is
Honor.
Aurelia. Maybe I'm mispronouncing it.
Mr. Justice,
Your Honor,
it seems you presented a new possibility to the court. I'm suggesting a connection between the witness and the victim, Mr. Smith.
and that means
This court cannot pronounce a verdict for the defendant at this time.
What?
I did it. I held out.
I see no point in prolonging the trial this day. The prosecution will need to make further inquiries.
Mr. Wright!
You can't end the trial here, Your Honor. Not yet.
What nonsense is the defendant spewing now?
Think. One of the cards had a different colored back. Don't you wonder what it means?
Objection! What are you doing, Mr. Wright? Raising objections right when you're about to get off the hook. Ridiculous!
Mr. Payne, you of all people should know. Mr. Wright has a talent for the ridiculous.
Oh, damn.
Damn right I do.
Perhaps we should Perhaps we should get to the bottom of things. Let's clear up the facts about the game that fateful night.
As was said before, we altercated between 2 decks of cards that night.
That was said before.
The 2 decks of the club have 2 different colored backs, blue and red. 1 color per deck.
Why use different colored backs?
If we use the same color, the 2 decks might get mixed.
Use different colors and they still got mixed up.
We used red deck for the last game.
I see, but that's odd. For some reason, I have this impression that you were using the blue cards.
Yeah, me too. I'm sure someone said something about it. Blue cards.
Whatever, in the end, 1 card of the wrong colour got into the mix. Which means there was cheating.
Sorry.
Yes,
It's alright.
Okay.
a card slipped into the deck that would seem to indicate cheating.
Interesting Mew saying, I wonder what kind of world it'd be if X was localized for the UK primarily instead of the US.
Hmm.
Yeah,
point.
probably this. Oh wait, yeah.
Yeah,
So
but
you said the
We,
line.
we would actually have like a male voice actor for Pain instead of my chief
I think
imitation.
I think you do a marvelous job at it personally.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree.
You're doing wonderfully, darling. Wonderfully.
Wonderfully, yes.
You make me blush.
Yet, this card raises 2 serious questions. Apollo,
Huh? Yeah.
let's consider the first question, shall we? Think, in the last game, when was the card swapped?
When?
There are 3 broad possibilities here. It could have been swapped before the murder, during the murder, or after the murder.
Well, yeah, thanks for the news bulletin, Mr. Wright. Yeah, of course it was swapped.
Oh? It might be as simple as you think, Mr. Payne, or it might not be.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear what Apollo thinks first. When do you think the cards were swapped?
When was the card swapped into the deck? After the murder. Perhaps it happened after the murder.
Objection! What's that? Ridiculous. What's the point of cheating after the hands have been shown? That's silly.
Oh, of course, I'm thinking of when the cards were actually swapped. Yeah, because there was yeah. Objection! Yes, but tell me, how do you swap cards during the game? I'll take silly over impossible.
Objection! Take it from me,
That's
sir.
like a tennis
There's a lot of
match.
silly in this world, but very little impossible.
Oh, even when the backs of these cards are different color? If you pulled it out during the game, you'd be caught in no time.
Quite true. That would mean the blue card in question was swapped after the hands were shown, after the murder.
Objection! Okay, this is going past silly and straight on to crazy. I ask again, what's the point of cheating after the game's over? Who would do that?
Who indeed? That's one of the mysteries before us.
There's another?
Yes, a simple yet decisive question must be asked. Who swapped the red card for a blue card?
Who? The game and murder is done. The victim is dead. Only two remain in the room, alive, that is. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and our witness, Olga Early. Orly. Is that Orly? How is that pronounced? I'm always wondering. Orly. Yeah, I'll go with
It's-
Orly.
Yeah, Orly.
It's pronounced Orly, but I'm pretty sure it's a reference to the O'Reilly.
Oh
meme.
yes, oh really? Mean
Yes,
yes,
definitely.
definitely.
That's for sure.
I get what it's referencing. It's just the pronunciation.
Or I think it's Orly.
It's
No,
like
that-
the victim is. His
That
name
would
is
be
like,
Orly. That's from the Russian word Ariel, which means eagle.
Oh.
Ah,
Oh. Oh,
I
there
was
you
going
go.
to say, it's like the victim. His name is Shady Smith. but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure and it's meant to be shady.
Yeah, of
But
course.
it's
Yeah.
an eyes, I don't know why. So it's the same thing.
The one who swapped the cards wasn't Mr. Wright, of course. And, well, it doesn't seem like it could have been Olga Early either.
What are you suggesting?
That's hardly a logical conclusion, I'll admit. As a defense, I think it only makes sense for you to name Miss Early at this point. Yes, I know. But she was the one who dealt the cards, right? I can't believe she would make the mistake of swapping the wrong color card.
And if the card was swapped during the game, it'd be obvious. Something you'd like to share with the court, Mr. Wright?
Oh, my apologies, Your Honor. I was just thinking how fun all this is.
You missed it, didn't you?
Fun? How about confusing? I've no idea what defense is claiming, Your Honor. If the one who swapped the card wasn't the defendant and it wasn't Mrs. Orley, then who was it?
Yeah, well, that's the question, isn't it?
Precisely.
Huh?
I believe we're about to see this case take a new direction.
A new direction?
We'll find that indeed, after the murder, someone swapped one of the cards in the victim's hand. And that someone made two critical mistakes.
I have a theory.
I'm sure you're going to tell us the first was swapping the wrong color card.
Because the one who did the swap didn't know two colors of cards were being used. The other mistake was the number on the card.
Right. The person replaced the fifth ace with a king. I'm sure. Your line. Sorry, Lehman.
I'm sure whoever swapped it wasn't expecting there to be a fifth ace after all. All they knew was the game had been won with a full house. So they picked up a king from the table and swapped it in.
Objection! But there's one problem. According to our case record, this person doesn't exist.
True. Not until now, but you have to admit the possibility of a fourth person. Though it's more than a possibility. There was somebody else there that night at the scene of the crime.
What?
It was a monkey that lives in my piano.
Oh my god.
I believe the judge spoke truthfully earlier. You do make trials ridiculous, Mr. Wright.
Thank you.
This trial has proceeded on one central assumption. Namely, that at the time of the incident, there were only 3 people in that room.
I believe this new evidence shall say overturns that assumption.
The problem is that you chose to conceal this information from the court.
I suppose that is a problem, yes.
Court is adjourned for a brief recess.
Oh, recess.
Mr. Gavin, I'll see you in my chambers during this recess.
Oh,
By that skimpy dress I like.
really, Honor. It's not the very best day. I have a headache.
Court is adjourned!
Certainly, Your Honor.
Very well. The trial will resume in 20 minutes.
I have a question to ask Mr. Wright. Are you fucking high?
April.
That's my secret, Mr. Payne. I'm always high.
A lot of the time, yes.
Also, hi, Mole.
I mean, have you seen this hat?
Hey, Malagal.
It's pretty
Ridiculous.
cool. It's a pretty cool beanie, actually. I like it.
Papa.
Yeah, I like it too.
April 20th, 11:52 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3.
So about 3 weeks ago.
That is quite unexpected, Mr. Wright. To suddenly claim there was another person at the scene of the crime like that. I must ask, is it the truth?
Well now, I think you would know the answer to that.
This is quite the bop, actually.
Ah, being mysterious, are we? Sadly, I've no time for mysteries. I only ask that you leave the defending to your defense in the future. Otherwise, I cannot guarantee the outcome.
I see you haven't mellowed out one bit, Christoph.
Justice? Yes, sir? The judge has summoned me to his chambers, so carry on without me. Oh, and don't look at the package. Don't look at my bag.
Oh, hello, Christoph.
You did well, Apollo.
Wow.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
That locket you wear, is that really yours, Mr. Wright?
Ah, you're wondering about the victim's disappearing locket. Here, you can take a look at it. That's a picture of my daughter in there. Ah!
Oh.
I'm just surprised to hear you had a daughter.
Most people are. Perhaps you'll meet her one of these days.
Well, that's foreshadowing, isn't it?
One more question.
Definitely.
One more question. The one who cheated that night, was it you?
What do you think?
Huh?
You know what happened 7 years ago? What I did?
I killed a man.
It's not unreasonable
Gotta
for
guess
you to
yourself.
think I might cheat.
I never honest, but it is odd that he managed to go undefeated for 7 whole years.
Want to know something? There's only one game where you can be dealt bad cards all night and still win. Poker.
Huh?
You see, poker's all about reading your opponent. In that way, it's a lot like a court case.
Poker is like trial law?
Figure out what your opponent is thinking, and you win.
Well, yeah, but that's harder than it sounds.
I think not.
Huh?
Try as they might to conceal it, everyone reveals their true thoughts in the end. Their body language can become a valuable source of information.
You're kidding.
That witness, for instance, Miss Orly. She would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice?
No. Come on, who would notice that?
Words, habits, twitches. It's all information for the reading. That's the secret to winning, Apollo.
Oh, thanks for joining the Discord, Muse. I do appreciate it. Yeah, I basically post on there with the broadcast, but nice to have you part of the group.
Someone taught me, and now I pass the secret on to you.
But I'm not worthy. I mean, there's no way I'll pick up on these signals.
No, you can do it.
Huh?
Oh.
You just don't know it yet.
What's he talking about?
I think I've heard
But
of
you
this
will, soon. Ah, almost forgot. One more thing. About this case. You should know, I haven't told the truth to anyone yet.
Oh.
What? I knew it.
I have my reasons, of course. All shall be revealed.
All shall be
And
revealed.
Apollo, I need you to be there, defending me. I need your power.
My power? I had no idea my cores of steel were that special.
Well, I think I know. I
It's
think I know
time.
about this mechanic.
Yeah, I think you might know.
The real trial begins now. Do your best.
Translation tutorial's over. Good luck.
Oh yeah.
To be continued.
Dun dun dun.
Da, da, da.
We'll
And
win.
we
How
are-
will the Call of Games be solved? We'll see in the next episode of the Dragon Ball Z.
Planet Phoenix, right?
well, we're at 20 minutes to 9. I was thinking we would go until 9:30. Is that okay with people?
Yeah,
or-
that's fine
Yeah.
with me.
Yeah,
Oh my God,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I am so into this.
Good, good. Let's do it. Let's get going. Yes, of course we want to save. We want to save that thing. Save that progress. April 20th, 12:14 p.m. District Court Room number 2.
Oh, we weren't doing no.
Now I understand the bizarreness. It's all happening on 420.
All will reconvene momentarily and
Oh,
finish on
20
this quiz. How's our witness, Miss Olga Orley, recovered?
Yes, Your Honor. Well, she's regained consciousness.
Perhaps we can hear her version of the events again. Oh, not so hard next time, Judge.
Give me a moment, I just need to recover.
So it's fine. It's fine.
Wasn't ready for that, even now.
That's the thing. She's quite.
Yes, I also come and go to my court chamber. That's why she's
Please give me my next line of dialogue.
Cool.
You're looking a bit fatigued yourself, Mr. Payne. What were you doing? Were you just standing in the corner and didn't notice?
Sadly, fatigue is insufficient grounds for refusing to testify or prosecute. The defense would like to request that Miss O'Reilly take the stand.
Very well, the witness will take the stand. Assuming she can stand.
Oh, I'm so shanked.
Perhaps you could repeat your name and profession. Or perhaps you'd rather admit that you're a poor liar and a poorer loser.
Wow!
No.
Oh, damn!
Done.
Name is Olga Orley. That's the truth. I'm a pro dealer.
I love her immediately.
People call me Olga Quick Fingers Orley.
Oh, really?
There we go.
Want to know something else? I'm not really Russian, and my name sounds like a really. Oh, really? That's the truth. I hope you're satisfied.
Ooh, damn. She's got an
That
ass on her.
ass. That ass.
Badass.
That ass.
Those legs could walk for days and they'd keep on walking.
Fucking Kay in chat. She's rocking that pirate lesbian
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, yes.
Good thing I'm bi then.
Witness, you will tell the court what you were really up to that night.
Looking sexy.
Fine, I'll talk. We had a plan, see?
Ah, see?
Let me
Yeah,
remind you that you are
see?
currently under oath. Any further fabrications will have serious consequences.
Fine.
Fine.
I do declare.
Like I said, I'm a pro. Vicar Smith hired me to do what I do best. I was planted at a Borscht Bowl Club for several days prior to the night of the game. As a waitress.
So you were in cahoots with the victim.
No. That he needed my help. Not that he needed my help. Smith is a well-known poker player in some circles. But winning wasn't the main purpose of this game. It was about destroying a legend, the unbeatable Phoenix Wright. The plan was simple, elegant really. You see, we set up a trap of sorts. I was to plant a card in Wright's pocket beforehand. And then deal 5 aces during one of the games. When the hands were revealed, Smith would call him out and search Wright. He'd then pull out a planted card and the trap would snap shut.
Picture looks slightly,
You swap the cards.
Exposed as a cheater and losing on top of it, I would have made a great double play. Just like that, the legend would be dashed to pieces.
Getting caught red-handed at cheating would cast doubt on his prior wins.
7-year legend destroyed by one little card. That was the plan.
Oh,
Oh, really, Aurelie? How droll. But it appears you made quite the mistake.
a mistake?
I agree, the trap was elegant. Yet, what happened to the planted card? Hey, that's right!
He's lucky, I'll give him that. You'd have to be to slip. You'd have to be to slip a free card from a trap like that. Oh, quick fingers only. Or O'Reilly.
Really?
Already?
Yeah, really.
The witness could be much cuter if you dispense with the evil
Whoa!
mastermind stick.
Whoa!
You have no taste,
Whoa!
Joe. I'm sorry, you have no taste.
No.
You can fall, fuck off, I'm an old git.
Cute. Who wants to be cute?
I do.
I've lacked for years. I'm not cute, I'm bad. Hear me? Bad.
I'm not cute. I'm deadly.
I would like it noted for the record that the opinions of the judge do not respect the opinions of the person speaking for him.
I think that, yes, I
we
think
know
that's pretty much, yeah, I think, yeah.
Yeah. We know this.
When you're through being bad, perhaps you could testify to the court. Tell us about this trap and how it was sprung.
Oh, the wordplay in this, I love it.
Not done being bad, but I'll humor you.
That's right, the best laid plans. Also, really great job on the voice change there, Burr. I really like it.
Yeah, no, that was nice.
Incredible.
But thank you. That night, I planted the card like I was supposed to. And Rod lost the last hand, just like he was supposed to. Then Smith searched him. But the planted card was gone. The trap failed. The next moment, Wright picked up a bottle and swung it. It wasn't me who hit Smith. It was that no-good cheating defendant.
A surprisingly frank testimony that still leaves us mostly in the dark.
The trap was perfect, I tell you. Perfect. That rotten cheater hadn't messed it up.
The defense would like to note, I seriously thought she was going to say if it wasn't for those meddling kids.
It was for those meddling attorneys and the dog.
I'm just gonna say he's not a cheater. You were gonna make him look like a cheater, my love.
You're got a point there, Shadow. Look who's talking!
Well, the testimony, for what it's worth, is all yours, Mr. Justice.
With witnesses like her, who needs criminals? And with defendants like Mr. Wright, who needs prosecutors?
That's basically the byline for all the Phoenix Wright games.
Yeah, pretty much. What is it, David? The best laid traps. Alright, let's press everything. Hold it! This planted card, which card was it exactly?
The trump card, the 5 of hearts.
Let me guess, Mr. Wright was around +5 with the ace to make a full house. At least, that's what you're going to accuse him of doing, thereby ruining his legend.
I slid it into the Wright's pocket.
When was this?
Why, before the match, of course. While he was eating. I don't know how he can eat seated by the piano, but that doesn't matter. I planted it anyway. At the Borscht Bowl Club, we serve borscht and suckers.
Remind me never to go there.
Oh, we wouldn't let you in anyway. Of course, the card was to make it its grand debut during the game. Like a good borscht, a good plant must be cooked up early and allowed to thicken.
The defense notes that he's hungry. Hold it! So everything went according to plan?
Exactly. The 5th ace came up, so it's obvious the switch went off without a hitch. Once the extra card was found in his pocket, Wright would be forever known as a cheat and a fraud.
There are worse things to be known as, I suppose.
Tell us what happened with the search. Hold it! The card disappeared?
Yeah, my trump card, the 5 of hearts. Gone. Without a trace. Poof. Zippo.
That was the lightest.
We searched every nook and cranny, and I mean every. I like how the spiky
how-
hair are sticking out of his cowl.
Yeah.
I mean,
How
that
do
would
you know
explain
them
why
now?
that. I would explain why that photo looks so homoerotic to me.
Yeah.
He seems so chill with it. He's just vibing.
The defendant did visibly enjoy the search. Even inside his cute little hat.
But the card was nowhere to be found. Is this correct?
Never in my long, storied career. Never had quick fingers all O'Reilly been so readily duped.
Oh, really? So, what did happen to that 5 of hearts?
Sorry, the O'Reilly joke, I just really love that, how it keeps going.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? No
Yeah,
way!
really.
No way!
Yes, and you get the joke there, Muse. I will search every suspicious nook and cranny. Alright. Sorry, carry on, Bear.
Don't look at me. Why don't you ask the cheating, lying, two-faced defendant?
So the 5 of hearts is still missing in action. Okay. Hold it!
Hold it!
Wait, isn't that a little odd?
What's odd?
You searched Mr. Wright thoroughly and found nothing. Which means he didn't cheat, which means he had no reason to strike the victim.
Well,
Ooh.
Dun, dun.
oops. I goofed.
What was that just now? I sensed something.
Something wrong, Mr. Justice?
No, nothing, Your Honor.
His chakras are opening.
What to do? Should I press her a little harder? Yes, press harder. Miss Early, you're hiding something.
What are you talking about? You. Me? Quick fingers are reeling. Hide some.
Action! The defense will refrain from baseless accusations.
I have one question for the witness then. You say you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true?
Oh, of course it's true. I did see it, honest. I saw him right hit him. With my own eyes, I saw it.
What's this weird vibe I'm getting?
Your witcher senses are awakening.
Lemming?
Lemming.
Oh, yeah.
You're so
I
in, you're so in,
I didn't know who was speaking at
you're,
this point.
you're so into it. Just remember the little blue box is who is speaking. Can you guys see that
Yeah.
clearly, by the way?
Yeah, I can say
Cool,
it.
just making
Yeah.
sure. Cool.
That witness, for instance, Miss Orley, she would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice?
Touching her neck, was it?
Yeah.
Ooh, lordy.
Perceive!
Oh, what's going on? The sensation is coming to focus. There, the twitch. It's so clear. It's like I could perceive her habit like I couldn't before. Gotcha!
Perceive!
Miss Early, perhaps you aren't aware of this yourself.
Unaware of what?
Whenever you get to a certain part of your testimony, you touch the back of your neck with your left hand.
My neck? So what?
What indeed, Justice? I hadn't noticed anything of the sort. When she says that part of the testimony, she's subconsciously recalling something. Her body reacts to the memory and she touches her neck. I'm sure of it.
Memory? Would someone care to explain what he's babbling about?
This is highly unusual, but let's ask the defense. You claim the witness is remembering something. Maybe you have evidence of this memory to show us.
Her habit is scratching her neck whenever she talks about the moment of the crime. So, what would it remind her? What would remind her the most of the moment of the crime? Miss Early, whenever you recall the crime that night, you scratch your neck. I've noticed it happens when you think about the moment of the crime. There must be some reason behind this habit of yours. I believe the weapon that left an erasable impression on your neck was this. No.
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 She was... No.
All those things, I'm mostly thinking about a photo of the victim with a wound on his head.
Yeah.
Is it not the bottle? Because it's been like the weapon.
Yeah. I mean,
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, let's go with the bottle. Take that! Whenever she talks about the moment of the crime, she touches her neck. And what reminds us more of that moment than this bottle, the murder weapon?
No.
But something doesn't fit. If you were only the witness to the crime, why would that make you touch your neck like you're in pain?
What's he talking about now?
It was Mr. Smith, the victim, who was hit, not you.
Jen! This is a cross-examination, not a cross-wild conjecture. The witness's habits, they're completely irrelevant.
Justice, I'll admit it, I'm a bit confused myself. This is certainly a unique cross-examination. I'll explain later, just trust me. Now is our only chance to break her. Miss Early, please testify in detail about the moment of the crime, the very moment.
Yeah, I'm knowing nothing. No one noticed me dress up right.
We know you're not Russian.
The witness will testify, please, now.
Ah, fine.
Ah, yes.
He's the one who did it. I didn't let him out of my sight until the cops got here.
We know that's a lie.
Yeah.
Are we going to press or are we just going to go for it?
Go for it.
We know. Where is it? Death caused by single blow, time of death, force throw club, murder weapon upside down, murder up moved. Ha!
Yeah.
Objection!
You went outside.
Miss
Yeah.
Early, we have a record here that clearly contradicts what you said. It states that the police were alerted by a report from the defendant. And we know that defendant left the room, climbed the stairs, and made that phone call from the first floor of the Borscht Bowl Club.
Which is also covered in snow.
And has a piano.
Back!
So explain how you kept your eyes on the defendant when he left the room entirely.
Oh my god.
I knew it was a lobster.
That ass.
Well, she just took a selfie.
Yeah, very fine.
The man who picked up a bottle and swung in that night wasn't the defendant.
It was me.
It was me. It was Olga all along.
Who's been lying to everyone?
It was Olga all along.
Alright, showdown time. You dirty cheat. Check his pockets now. It's gone. The card's gone.
You lose.
Ah!
Just then, Smith grabbed the bottle from next to Rod, and he hit me.
Oh, dick.
You, some mess are cheating you turn out to be.
When I came to, victim was already dead. Is that it?
Oh, that's the judge.
Excuse me, I had something. The victim was already dead, is that it?
That's why I couldn't reveal who I really was. If it came out that I was in league with Smith, I'd be a suspect for sure.
Well, where does this leave us?
Madness! This is madness! I'm dreaming. It's not Sparta either. It must have been me who was hit with a bottle, and I'm imagining all of this.
It
I'd like to
appears
hit him
our
with a bottle.
prosecution is at his wit's end, and frankly, I can't blame him. Mr. Gavin, what do you think about this turn of events?
Mr. Gavin, sir, I believe that, as the defence in this case, we are compelled to call Mr. O'Reilly a big, fat liar.
Who do you call fat? Watch your mouth. What?
Would someone please remove Miss April May from the gallery?
Me?
That's right. 3 were in the room the night of the murder: the defendant, the victim, and her. And she has a motive. A motive? Her plot foiled. The witness got into an argument with her client, Mr. Smith, and the denouncement of that argument was murder.
What? I'm no killer. It's a trap. Someone is trying to frame me.
What tangled webs we weave when we practice to deceive. So tangled, we catch ourselves in the process.
Right, Mr. Wright, what the fuck are you
Wright?
smoking?
I didn't know you wrote poetry.
Such a hasty conclusion. It's not like you, Christoph Gavin.
What are you saying?
Why not consider the other possibility? That there was another person in the room at the time of the murder.
Right, like Mr. Red was saying before recess.
A single card was swapped into the victim's hand after the murder. And the one who swapped the card didn't know 2 colors of cards were being used. A 4th person.
Objection! Ha! This theory again. Your 4th person doesn't exist.
Indeed. That's why I decided to bring this case to court. Here, where there's no escape and no chance for deception, the perfect place to catch the real criminal.
The real criminal?
It was you, Mr. Payne.
Oh,
And we're
and
in
I
luck.
thought I'd gotten away with it too if it weren't for you meddling attorneys.
A clue to the real criminal's identity was kindly provided for us. And right at the beginning of the trial, no less.
What?
Apollo, perhaps you know what I'm talking about.
Sorry.
Remember what I said? The 4th person who swapped the cards made one critical error.
He or she wasn't considering the colour on the backs of the cards.
Right. But how could such an obvious mistake occur? The cards used for the last game were red. Yet, there's one person here in our court who thought those cards were blue.
Yeah, I had that impression too, but why?
Well, Apollo, think you can figure out who it was?
It's not me, I swear. Why would I say that if I wasn't guilty?
This is false passion.
Why do I always get put on the spot like this?
Let's hear what the defense has to say. Who was it? Who thought the cards used in the final game were blue?
It was the judge.
It was Christoph Gavin. Take that!
I thought so.
As I expected. Your eyes and ears are as sharp as your hair.
I was right?
Christoph Gavin, you were the 4th person that night.
Of course Mr. Gavin knows the colour of the cards.
How would he? As you can see, the photo of the crime scene is black and white. You can't tell which of the cards are blue. The ones on the floor or the table.
But look, you can see the color in this colors in this photo.
Yes, but when he said the cards were blue, it was well before this evidence came to light.
It is true that the defense was engaged in a game of poker with the victim, yet it was only that, a game, in the purest sense, a competition, Your Honor.
A competition?
Yes, a test of wits, a silent clash of passions. Only the cards, their blacks wreathed in blue flame, know its final outcome.
Well, Christoph,
Mr. Gavin?
Mr. Gavin, is something the matter?
No, nothing. Excuse me, it was just so sudden. Right, you aren't seriously accusing me, are you?
oh, Christoph, you know even I'd never take a joke this far.
Ken, this has gone beyond ridiculous, beyond dumb. This is insanity. The defendant accusing his own defense attorney of murder?
I assure you I'm quite sane.
But what possible connection could Mr. Gavin have to the victim?
I wasn't aware that I had a connection to Mr. Smith either.
Yes, but Mr. Gavin and the victim have never even met.
Well, what if they have?
Huh?
There is a possibility, after all. They may have met that night before the game started.
What are you suggesting?
Is this the truth Mr. Wright was staying silent about? Only one thing to do. Mr. Wright, the defense would like to request that you testify to the court. Objection. The defense would like to request no such thing. Mr. Gavin, testimonies must relate to the case. How could anything happening before the game of poker be related?
I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Gavin.
As I explained before, the defense believes that Miss Early.
Am I to assume you speak for Mr. Justice in this? He is the defense, not you.
Huh?
Mr. Justice, the matter of Mr. Wright's testimony is up to you.
Oh, okay.
Does the court, in your opinion, need to hear Mr. Wright's testimony?
Oh,
Of
yes.
course.
Yeah, that testimony.
This was Mr. Wright's strategy. He was planning this all along, and I intend to see it through. The defense would like to request that Mr. Wright testify to the court. It's too, Justice. You betray me, your teacher? I'm sorry, Mr. Gavin. This isn't about loyalty. This is about the truth.
It's about justice!
Very well. The defendant, Mr. Wright, will take the stand. Please. Witness testimony.
Appetite before murder.
Nom, 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 nom.
That evening, Christoph and I had dinner. We sat at the table in this photograph. Charlie Smith walked in 5 minutes after Christoph left. When the trap failed, Smith hit the waitress. The girl was knocked out cold and Smith was uncontrollable. I left to call the police. When I returned, he was dead, blood streaming from a cut in his forehead. That's when I made another phone call to defense attorney Gavin.
Gavin, you were at the Porsche Pool Club the night of the murder?
I dine with him rather frequently.
Did he talk to the defense on the phone directly after the murder?
Quite against my will, I had become involved in a murder. I thought I might be in need of a lawyer, so I called him.
You were planning this all along, weren't you, Wright? Just because you wanted to drag me into a little murder trial.
The only thing I want is the truth. As I did back then, and now.
I thought my office was doing you a favor when we took on your defense. It appears that I was wrong.
Very well. The defense may cross-examine the witness.
Justice. Sir, he's lying, and you're going to expose him. Understood, sir. Mr. Gavin versus Mr. Wright. This can't end well. Why can't I have a normal trial?
Your first trial.
This is Ace Attorney.
Yeah.
No trial is normal.
No trial is normal.
First examination.
Appetite.
I
Before?
kind of want the badge on his hat.
Yeah, I know, right? I think they actually there must be someone who does like a replica of that badge. Maybe of that even that hat.
I want
Yeah.
that hat.
Yeah.
More than the badge.
I love it.
Okay, here we go. All right, so what are we all thinking here? We kind of got nothing really. From what
Can I
I
have a look at the victim's head photograph again, please?
Oh
that's
my
correct.
god.
Yeah, he's bleeding. Okay.
I just went. Sorry, quick side tangent.
Yeah.
I just went to Etsy to see if there was, that badge.
Yeah.
You can get a mug with your name, like sort of Apollo Justice or Phoenix Wright. You can get it to say.
I'm so getting that.
You can get it to say whatever you want.
You must link me up, man. I must have that.
I will link you shortly.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sorry for the side tangent.
No, that's a that was an important segue, right?
That's an excellent segue. We all want that.
Suddenly, this person can be like, "Why have I suddenly got 6 orders for customers?" All right. Anything stand out, Shadow?
No, he is bleeding. I thought he wasn't bleeding, but he is.
Okay. Well, let's just press everything and go.
Yes.
You had dinner with Mr. Gavin?
Yes, we've already done this one.
Wait, is it ready? Oh. No, it's a
No,
new...
We were
it's
No.
different.
this one's different. We were enjoying a usual dinner at our usual spot, as usual.
Usual.
I always sit at the table closest to the piano.
I see where Mr. Smith was sitting.
So, the plates and such on the table were from your dinner?
Indeed. The remnants of my meal with Kristoff. We dined for 2 hours, then Kristoff left. After that,
Okay. Hold it! 5 minutes. So the two of them could have passed the restaurant during that time.
that would have been a fateful encounter, to be sure.
Objection! Oh, Mr. Wright, what is it you said? Christoph Gavin and Shardy Smith may have met.
I believe I did say that.
Here I was all nervous about this meeting. And now we hear they just passed in the hall?
That does seem a little weak as pretense for murder.
Oh, it would be. If that was all that really happened.
Come on, Mr. Wright. What are you hiding this time? About this failed trap. This the same trap that Miss Olga already mentioned?
The plan was simple, elegant, really. You see, we set up a trap of sorts. I was to plant a card in Wright's pocket beforehand. And then deal 5 aces during one of the games. Then the hands were revealed. Smith would call him out and search Wright. He would enjoy that immensely. And he would then pull out a planted card, and the trap would have been snapshot.
Wow, wow.
You swap the cards.
Just what the card see? Just like that, the legend would be dashed to pieces.
Yes, a harmless prank in essence. But it was by a quirk of fate that I happened to discover it.
A quirk?
I happened to put my hand in my pocket and found a card.
The card she planted.
Yes, I snuck a peek at it and found it was the 5 of hearts. I had a feeling something might happen, so I disposed of the card before the game.
Disposed? Wow.
There was an empty bottle of grape juice I had been drinking right beside me. I threw the card inside the bottle.
Empty bottle of grape juice.
The murder weapon?
Yes.
Yes, I rolled it up and shoved it in. The colored glass makes it hard to see.
That and the fucking label.
A battle of wits between the deceiver and the would-be deceived. That sounds like terrific drama.
A card inside of the murder weapon? That's strange. Did the police miss it in their investigation? Maybe I'll take a look.
Mr. Wright, the poker head of courtroom number 3 approves of this battle of wits. Please revise your testimony with this new information.
All right. Lemming?
I discovered the trap during the game and disposed of the card in the bottle.
Well, let's actually have a look at the bottle, shall we?
Yep, let's examine!
Indeed.
Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright, there seems to be a little problem. There's
Oh dear.
no card. It's gone. There is
I mean,
no.
it-
Oh, yeah.
what
there's-
happens if you press the examine button when it highlights it?
Good point. The bottle's completely empty. Here you go.
Well,
Oh
shit.
shit.
Well, shit. I love it if the game was. I love it if you're like, Mr. Wright, the bottle's empty. He's like, well, shit.
However, I am curious about one thing, because the sticker is slightly extruded, and if that wasn't playing in the game later, it would have been just the part of the texture.
Yeah, but you can turn the bottle, and if you were turning the bottle because it's empty, you would see the card underneath the
Yeah.
label,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we don't see that.
we do. Throw it at Mr. Wright. That's all I can say.
Where the fuck is this card?
Why in the
Yeah.
bottle?
I can see my
bottled it.
opponent's intent immediately. I'm used to entrapment, you see. I knew it was coming.
Ho ho ho, so you struck first. I like that.
I know every trick in the book. They don't work on me.
At least when you get lucky and stick your hand in your pocket, they don't. He is right.
Fun fact: the grape juice is called Zvezda, which means a star.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Oh wow.
You made the call to the police from the first floor of the restaurant, correct?
Exactly. Cell phones don't get signal down in the hideout.
Was anyone else on the first floor at the time?
Not a soul. It was the middle of the night, after all. So there, in the darkened restaurant, I called the cops. After making the call, I returned to the hideout. It didn't seem right to leave the injured waitress alone.
Okay. And when you returned, the victim was already...
Dead. Yes. I admit, I was a little startled when I walked in.
A little?
He was bleeding from his forehead, after all.
I guess I'd be startled too if I walked in on a scene like that. And the final thing we're going to press. Could you explain why you called Mr. Gavin?
I'd obviously gotten involved in a rather dicky affair. And I figured Christoph's law office would give me a friend rate for my defense fees.
Glad to hear you intend to pay.
Oh, I'll pay in full, Christoph. It was I who got you involved, after all.
You may find the price of your defense quite high, my good friend. Quite high.
Yow.
Is this the truth that Mr. Wright was talking about? Justice, you know what you have to do. He's lying. Expose him. Go, bye. Chop chop.
No.
I do not want to be on the other side of that voice.
Well, Christoph.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christoph's voice is hard to nail. You kind of
Yeah.
you have to do the calm and have the slight accent underneath, which I don't know if I'm doing well, but it's yeah.
You're
You're doing
doing,
good.
you're
You're doing
doing
a very good job.
excellent. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's like
Listen from an
It's like the-
outsider.
Well, that's the thing. I'm
I'd be
trying
too
to.
much for
Yeah,
that.
I wanted to go like, oh, how, you know, like on that. I wanted to avoid doing like the overtime. I wanted it to be like a subtle. Like he
Yeah.
clearly makes an effort to try and speak,
Indeed.
you know,
Indeed.
without
Can
the
you say "do it" in that voice?
do it, do it, do it.
So I would be like,
Yeah.
Do it now,
Right. Well, I mean,
Yeah, I like
that might
I
not be. Yeah, go ahead, Shadow. Sorry.
I like it because it's like the blade under silk. and everything.
Yes.
Yeah, indeed. But I am going to do the preposterous accents for.
Oh, please do, yes.
For Clavier, because he's more.
Oh yeah,
flamboyant
he's a
and-
rock
and
star. He's
Lucan.
like, he's
Yeah,
over the
he's
top,
a
you know.
rock star with the air guitar, so he must be crazy with his voice.
Yeah, he's a rock star. Of course, he has the accent, and I think
Yeah.
he's even written to have the accent, whereas Kristoff isn't as much. So, knocked out Cole, please. So, I'm guessing we throw the bottle at right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
go with the one where it mentions
Yeah.
the bottle and throw the
That's the
bottle
wrong
right.
button, you man.
Yes, yeah.
Are you losing your touch, Mr. Justice?
Did I ever have the touch?
yeah.
Did I ever have the touch to begin with, Mr. Wright? Please advise.
It's got the power.
Objection.
Uh-uh.
Mr. Wright, if I may,
Yes?
I've examined the bottle and I don't see any card in here.
No?
What? Mr. Wright, surely isn't all you have to say for yourself?
I can't say I know what happened to the card. I did put it in that bottle, however.
Huh. Perhaps a fifth person came and took it out. Oh, and a sixth person could have helped.
Mr. Wright is your client.
My apologies, Your Honor.
I won't have you disparaging our investigation either. We looked inside that bottle. There was nothing.
So what's going on? Is Mr. Wright hoodwinking us again? Or did the card just disappear?
In any case, please continue the cross-examination. I'm afraid decisive contradictions call for decisive evidence.
Oh. Push him harder, Justice. Break him. It's just you and the witness in the ring. Go for the KO. Why do I get the feeling we're not on our client's side anymore?
Go for the throat, Justice.
Photograph.
Do it.
The photograph of the dinner.
You're right. So,
Yeah.
let's go to the photograph. Let's check the tape!
There are multiple.
There's a lot of bottles, yes.
A lot of bottles. Sat at the table in the photograph. So let's go through everything. So, Kristoff and him at dinner. We sat at the table in the photograph, which is what we see here. There's nothing really weird about that. So, let's move on to the next statement. Kristoff walked in 5 minutes after Kristoff left.
And this is the picture taken after that.
Yes, because it would.
This
Yeah.
is Charlie talking to.
Yeah. So that was after the meal. I discovered the trap during the game and disposed of the card in the bottle, which we now know is not useless to us.
Oh,
Yeah, the
Yeah?
card's gone.
the crime scene photo because the bottle is lying. We still got pictures of the bottles.
There is one bottle there.
Yeah.
Right, can't see anything in
Can't
that
see anything
one.
in
Let's
it,
try-
There's
let's
a
try
better
the next.
picture.
Wait
yeah,
a minute. The top is off. Oh no, it's not. I don't think it is.
Well,
Well,
we can try to take a look at the color picture that
yeah,
has the table, and it has the bottle as well.
yeah. No, not that one. The
No,
the
the other
cards.
one. The cards,
oh, I
yes.
see. Yes.
This one.
Yeah, I
There's a bottle
see.
there.
No, we can't see it.
Can't see it.
But it is
But it's
open.
Top is
clearly
off.
shown as
Top
top
is
is
off,
off, yes.
Yeah, stopper is off. Yeah.
There's a stopper on the
s-
bottle
s-
we have here.
Still don't think that's right.
No, I don't
Yeah,
think.
I know.
I think we're barking up the wrong tree. The
Yeah.
girl was knocked out cold and Schiff was uncontrolled. I called the police. So we know that happened. That's another thing. Returned, he was dead, blustering from a cut on his forehead, which we know is the truth. He was dead when he came back. That's
Wait
when
a
I.
minute.
Yes?
I think Shadow's on the same logic. I'll let her say it.
Sorry.
Go back to the crime scene photo. We can't see any blood. Crime scene.
That's under
The
the
black and
under the
white.
hat.
Yeah, there we go.
The hat. He wouldn't have seen the
Yeah.
head.
Yeah, if he came back to see that,
He would think, oh, he's
How
having a
did-
nap.
Yeah,
Shay's
how
out.
would you-
Yeah, you would not know he's dead. You're right.
how
Yeah,
do you know?
I don't want to
I mean, if you
change
came into that, he might just be sleeping.
Yeah.
Guess that game pooped him out. Objection!
Ah,
Mr. Wright, if I may.
Yes?
Take a look at this photograph of the crime scene. See the victim here? He's wearing a hat. I wouldn't think you could see blood on his forehead.
Huh. Good point.
Justice, next time you point out an inconsistency, put a little more oomph into it.
Mr. Wright, can you explain this to the court?
Ah, I forgot to mention something. I was the one who put that head on his head.
You put the hat on the dead man's head?
He wore it through our entire poker game. After calling the police, when I returned to the scene, his head was in full view. Shining bright, just like this photograph.
And?
I picked his head off the floor and put it on his head.
Why'd you do a thing like that?
All I can say is, I'm sorry. But that's the only thing I touched at the crime scene.
So, Mr. Ray didn't see it? It being the victim's, his head?
I think not. She was out cold.
Oh my god.
I believe I was the only one who witnessed his head.
Ah, here we go again. Mr. Gavin? Pardon. It just seems that our client is determined to lie his way through this case. Judge, go
Hmm.
Good one, good one,
well
Judge.
enunciated, yes.
Well enunciated. Hey, is he still our client? He's still our client, isn't he? I believe that's enough of that. Mr. Gavin, this witness's testimony is more like a travesty. It's riddled with lies. I begin to see how you came to lose your attorney's badge 7 years ago.
Well, you certainly have a unique way of treating your clients, Christoph. I never knew.
I believe it was you who threw the first stone. Mr. Wright, if you intend to ever tell the truth about this case, it's now or never.
Don't be misled. I haven't told a single lie here.
Huh?
When I noticed the trap, I put the card in the bottle to dispose of it. And when I put the head on the victim's head, let's just say I had a reason for doing that as well.
A reason?
That reason is right here.
The Nokia did it!
Ah,
Well, if you throw that,
Hey,
you throw that to
I
me,
mean,
Yeah,
he's
that's
gonna
Yeah.
gonna plunge
Yeah.
somebody's head in.
That's what he was hit with.
Yeah, exactly. That's a murder weapon. your cell phone.
That night, recall that I spoke with defense attorney Gavin after calling the police. Just in case, I recorded our conversation.
What's this?
Now that we're all here, I see no reason why I shouldn't play it back to the court. Christoph, I seem to be in a bit of trouble.
What's this? Game not going well?
Something like that.
The gentleman who challenged you, he turned out to be a good?
He turned out to be dead. Someone hit him hard.
You mean someone cracked that Fuller's blown china plate? It wasn't you, was it?
Me? Please. The cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands, should it come to that.
Bone china plate.
A kind of porcelain, very smooth and shiny. And not plate, but pate.
Ah, I made that mistake earlier.
I believe he was referring to a certain gentleman's balding forehead.
hmm.
It
The
was
court
not
appreciates
visible.
the defense's discretion in not indicating my forehead.
But Judge,
Wait, yes. Wait a second. Something's not right about that phone call. So, after Mr. Gavin ate dinner with you, he left the Borscht Bowl Club.
Most certainly.
Then how did he know? When did he see this? Bone china plate.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. That was when I began to see my good friend in a different light. Troubled, I returned to the crime scene. And when I spotted Mr. Smith's head again, I realized exactly what went wrong. Well, Mr. Gavin, The stage has been set. Perhaps you'd like to explain this to the court. Exactly how did you come by your privileged knowledge of the victim's head?
And well, that is 9:30, and that means that it can only be ending at this point right now.
Why would you do this to us, Ebak?
Go just a smidge longer. There's a recess coming up.
I know. I was playing up.
Christoph knows that Christoph knows that the victim was bold. We'll find out in the next episode.
I want to know how he had a head start. Come on.
So, this is your reason. The reason why you put the victim's hat back on.
Your point, Mr. Gavin?
It's come down to this, has it? Phoenix, right?
That's my name.
Order! I will have order, Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor.
I believe this court has been left with no other choice. Are you prepared to hear Defense Attorney Gavin's testimony?
Well, as the prosecutor,
Very well, we'll wait for 10 minutes. After which, Mr. Gavin will take the stand for the cross-examination. Are we all clear on that?
Crystal clear, Your Honor.
Very well, this will be the final recess for the day. See you next week.
Yes. So
Yes.
April 20th, 22:32 p.m. So yes, that is going to be our first episode of what I'm basically calling Shadow Phoenix, right? The series. Oh well. But also, it's just a case that we're going to be streaming the entirety of this one until we get bored. Well, every Wednesday is how it's going to be from 6:30 p.m. GMT to 9:30 p.m. GMT, and hopefully there'll be more thrilling, cliffhangers like that. Because I can tell these other four are invested in it.
I already know what happens.
Yeah, you know what happens.
I definitely am.
Yeah.
But these are the other three. Me, not me and you.
Well,
Like,
yeah,
oh.
yeah. But you're still invested in a way, aren't you?
Well, I'm having a lot of fun.
Yeah, exactly. I'm having fun as well.
Hell yeah!
Absolutely.
So I was going to run through what I'm doing for the rest of the week. So on Friday, I'll be doing the Hitman Elusive Target, which will be the Iconicist or the Iconicist, whatever it is, and potentially some more Batman Arkham Knight that night. And on Saturday, I'm playing Thimbleweed Park with Scarf, and maybe an impromptu stream on Sunday. What are you guys doing? You guys plug your stuff. Let's start with Shadow. You don't really do anything, do you?
Well,
Nothing.
you can hear me sometimes, well, most of the time, on Ebak's channel on Tuesdays, where I am co-leader of Shadow Squadron along with him and these fine folks as well. And on the last Tuesday of each month, we have the Common Dense podcast, where it is me, Ebak, Lemming, and or our good friend Doctor, and we talk about gaming stuff, nerd culture, and I bitch about Activision Blizzard a lot.
Yeah. That's a lot. That's what happens. Divot,
Well deserved.
what are you doing, Divot?
Me, I might stream. Maybe. We'll see.
Okay,
Work and life are just.
fair enough.
Oh boy, isn't COVID fun?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, dear.
Oh, Jesus, don't.
oh
So fun.
Yeah.
so fun, guys. Look, if you want to know when I'm live, go on over to twitch.tv/divot. Hit the follow button. Make sure those bells are on. Aim. Follow way back first.
Oh, thank you.
Follow me back first.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Very kind. Burr, what are you doing?
Yeah, I was hoping to, before the stream today, I was hoping to fly a bit more in the Outer Wilds, because I need to finish that game. It's so great, but good things have to come to an end. I wasn't able to because I was too tired after my work. So tomorrow, hopefully, from 5:30 p.m. GMT, BST, I will be trying to fly a bit more and maybe finish the game. If not, then it'll be the next week, Wednesday or Thursday.
Fun.
And then on Sunday at 3:30 p.m. BST, I am going to mix arousal with terror because I'm going on a date with the lovely Lady Dimitrescu
Oh.
in
Oh boy.
Resident
Okay.
Evil 8.
Fun.
I suck
have
at
an
horrors. This is why I feel this will have
When are you
a
doing that
lot
again?
of
Get roused.
It'll be 3:30 p.m. on Sunday.
Okay,
On
I'll
Sunday.
yeah,
That's good
yeah.
because I'm hoping by then more episodes of Scary Game Squad playing it will come out, so I can watch you with no spoilers.
Nice.
Great, yeah, yeah.
And
I'm
fine.
pretty sure I will not go anywhere further than they have.
And finally, Lemming, what are you doing?
Yes, you can join me tomorrow where I will be doing my Throwback Thursday stream, and this time I'm going into Just Cause 3. You can thank the Spiffing Brit for basically getting me to play this one at last. It's been in my collection for a while. I was like, well, if it can be invincible, I'm going to give it a try.
Fair enough.
And then Friday, I will be joining Scarfulu and Weird FTW's pizza party in a free-to-play co-op. I can't remember the Sven Co-op.
Sven.
That's what it's called.
Sven,
Sven
yeah.
Co-op, which is basically Half-Life Co-op,
Fun.
and that's looking cool. And then next week you'll find me on Tuesdays with this lot with Shadow Squadron playing
Star Wars
Star
Squadrons.
Wars Squadrons, and on the last Tuesday of every month the Comment Dense podcast.
And speaking of Scarfulu, we're actually going to shove you guys all over a raid. Stick around with him. Connor does some great YouTube stuff. Go check out his YouTube channel as well as his Twitch. Just punch you over there. We'll see you all when we see you. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye!
He's adjourned.
Bye.
Okay, they're not going over there, so.
Yay.
Yeah.
Appreciate the loud
Oh,
court.
yeah.